honestly, most of what you missed was an arc that was largely filler. There was some narrative stuff that was increasing, but story-wise, it mostly should come out with what Radix is going to be, I assume, doing as the pre-brief and the catch-up.
Ah, yes. My favorite.
Unless someone else wants to suddenly volunteer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, okay, yeah, last time, on this game that we're playing, D&D, Eberron, Shadow Under the Mountain, we were in a temple under a temple. So there was a abandoned temple for Dolora and Doldorn, and the floor went, through. We went down there, and it turns out it was a temple to the third sibling, Dolazur, who is one of the Dark Six. We found bodies and stuff, a whole bunch of traps. I think we were getting near the end of it. We came into a room that had some statues and a sarcophagus and an owlbear rug. So of course, do what you do. You take the rug. Went to go check out what was in the sarcophagus, and it triggered a trap, in which the trap was the owlbear rug that Torque was carrying. So we fought like an owlbear ghost. Then found a little trapdoor behind one of the statues, went through there, where there was a big demonish dragon statue with a chest in front. Got some treasures, found another door in there that looked like it was either a small prison or someone had stayed there, and a whole bunch of furniture and bedding that was just falling apart. Looked like there was a collapsed tunnel in one of the rooms, so we weren't sure if that was being used to try to escape, or if that was how someone was getting in and out. I don't know. We get back up, take the bodies with us, and start to head back to Shadowgate. We meet with our contact at the Apothecarium, get our reward, give them bodies, and level up to level 9. Take some bastion turns. Looks like Lyra went to the Apothecarium to... Oh, no. One of the events, maintain events, led to someone pranking Lyra by putting eggs in her boots, and she flipped out a little. And then she went to go to the Apothecarium to try to get a bunch of traps for her room, as well as negotiate indoor plumbing. Glimmer grabs some stuff from Radzekiel. We go to the Jade Prison, and we notice pretty early on that the sword prisoner is gone, and have a confrontation with Lyra about it after people put two and two together. And that went all sorts of ways. Will Lyra have control? I mean, will this thing actually make us ready for the thing in this mountain? How do we proceed in this group and relationship? Like, what is the dynamic now? We do go into the Eternal Machine. It's repairing itself. Glimmer does scry on the Jadeite to find who might have the last one. And I was successfully able to scry, which then immediately got a legendary resist, with a deep, dark voice saying, "Spoilers." Yep. Something that rhymes with river.
How many times can you cast Scry a day?
Right now, once.
Oh, damn it, never mind then.
Yeah, it's a 5th level spell. And
Yeah,
I think
we can't overcome damn.
No. And then after time and stuff, a couple weeks. It was at nighttime, and Glimmer Glimmer doesn't sleep as an elf, does the trance thing. She sees a ghostly figure, and it was her husband saying, I can't protect her anymore. Your daughter needs you, and sent us directions on where to go. Quickstone, which is in Drome.
It's technically Brelland, but right on the border of Drome.
Oh, okay.
It'll be very obvious when we get to the map. It's not actually on the map, so I've now added it. A whole bunch of other stuff.
And that's what happened.
And we can pick up right after Corvin fades away.
So, yeah, I believe how it ended was that Lyra heard like a mental scream, almost like the sound that you hear in movies after someone gets like a gunshot too close to their ear, or like a flashbang or whatever, that high ringing, followed by everyone hearing a whole bunch of screaming, like, no, 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 no. And yeah, I think that's where that was. And so I am, I guess, clearly awake, and I'd like to think that I would have like mechanically and role played this as like almost like a psychic, where a whole bunch of the furniture blew away and stuff as I was yelling out, and then I guess I would crumple to the floor, sobbing.
Where are you?
I'm in my bedroom.
Okay. I don't remember which bedroom is yours.
It's the upper right.
Got it.
Hold on, let me like move myself then. Yeah.
Just looking at the map, I have one question that hasn't really been answered. What's with the small cat?
The one that's near me?
Yes.
That is my familiar that appeared and scared the living daylights out of me one morning after the team discovered that I am now wielding dark magic.
Okay.
That was an ordeal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, I see we've given Arthur a picture.
Yes.
Excellent.
It was necessary.
Okay, that's me. That's all I've got for now. If I have anything else, I'll ask along the way.
So what time of day is it right now?
I'd like to say it's probably like 4 a.m. or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to say that I also like described the screaming as the weird like double pitched thing. Like you're getting the glimmer scream and the deep dark creepy voice which she casts.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna make the assumption that Lyra wakes up out of a dead sleep. And knowing the quantity of combat training I've had, and I've heard you scream, while I'm in like my linen sleep clothes, basically, I come running out of my door, sword in hand, zero hesitation. I'm not a lunatic. I'm not running with the sword pointing up, ready to stab myself. But I've got it down and close to my forearm, like I'm ready. to go into combat, and I rush your door, and I don't polite knock. I bang hard enough to get the door to open on its own. So not quite a kick it in, but like I'm knocking with the intent to bust open your door.
I don't think the door has a lot of resistance left to it.
Probably not.
I'm assuming from the fact Torque also moved out, the fact that we're both awake means we're probably going to be heading in the same direction.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Because we don't do sleep.
Yeah, and Lyra did not pay attention to you guys. She just beelined for the door.
Yeah, same. It's just...
Like, didn't even see you guys. Just... And I say nothing, but I'm wide-eyed. I'm scanning the room. I'm looking around for danger.
You don't see danger, but you see what is effectively like a small crater in the stone, and like the furniture is in shards, and
I like whip the sword forward and point at the crater. What is that?
I'm like in it. It's almost like the I'm sorry.
What happened? What happened?
Guess I lost control. I frequently dream of things that have happened in the past and the people I've shared them with, and sometimes I understand and sometimes I don't, and this time I open my eyes and to a voice I know to my soul, husband went missing 40 years ago, maybe. That I'll never forget his voice, and that is what woke me, and I don't know what I'd call it, a premonition, a shadow, ghost with a message. My youngest daughter's, he had been protecting her, so she went off chasing her dreams, and I haven't heard from her for so long, and my husband is dead. I don't know if he died protecting her, how he was doing that, but I know where. So, I'm sorry, I need to compose myself and leave. I'm sorry.
Leave. Like, let me rephrase that. Leave when?
I start pulling pieces of like shards of wood out of my hair.
I'm gonna reach over and pull like a piece of like leather from the couch or whatever off your shoulder.
I just need a minute.
Well, we all need a minute, and I point to the fact that I'm in night clothes.
Oh,
When?
ow.
Okay.
I'm
Give me 10 and I'll meet you downstairs.
Shocked that you'll come, but thank you.
Why? Why are you shocked? And Lyra has like lowered her sword and is resumed a relaxed stance.
I just it was personal. I guess I just wasn't. It's. Thank you.
Of course, I'll let the others know. You know, Torque, he's not going to miss out on a good fight. Virgil's always looking for an adventure. I mean, his. And I turn and I acknowledge that Virgil's not here. I'm like, oh yeah, look.
As you say that, like over your shoulder, I'm like quietly. That is true. I am always looking for something new. I have been standing here this whole time. When do we leave?
10 minutes.
Excellent. And I turn, I grab my, I go back to my room, grab my bag, and I'm heading downstairs.
I holler to Arthur to see if someone can make us like a quick meal that we can eat on the way out, and let him know that we're getting ready to leave. I'll see you downstairs in 10. If that works. Okay. Alright. And I like... Sorry about the door. And I grab it and I imagine it's like barely staying on the hinges.
Yeah, like I feel like as you shut it, it just clunk and it falls in or out or something. So I will, more or less prestidigitate myself clean and haphazardly gather my things. And yeah, I eventually go downstairs. But I'll move my token later.
I'll run back to my room, and for Torque and Virgil, when you guys walked away from Glimmer's room, you may have noticed the Sphinx doing like kneading the rug right by the stairs, like just doing cat stuff. 'Cause why not? I'll run back, get changed, grab my bag, and like I'll give like a whistle to let the Sphinx know that I'm heading downstairs. And I head downstairs. You are muted, good sir.
As you come downstairs, if you look up into the north, you'll see in the kitchen, Arthur's basically like wrapping up some butcher paper around some sandwiches. And then he's got basically 2 packages he'll walk over and hand to you. And it'll say like sandwiches and dried fruits and meats.
You are amazing, Arthur. Thank you so much.
Anything else would have taken longer to make.
This is perfect.
I'm sorry about the mess I made upstairs. Please just ignore it and I shall handle it upon return. Sorry.
I like that there's at least one cookbook.
You've got 2 full libraries and 1 set of bookshelves in the parlor, so
Yeah,
I imagine there's a cookbook in there somewhere.
that's a safe bet. A really old cookbook too, like nothing like modern.
What is this, 3 pounds of lard?
Yeah. What is
What?
this lard?
Why is everything gelatin?
Yes. Ew. Ew. Where are we going, Glimmer? I should have asked that. Sorry, I didn't.
It is still dark, by the way.
To
Like, you can see in the distance, like, there's one section of the sky that's slowly starting to lighten up a little bit.
Pre-dawn.
Quickstone. It is north of the mountains, I believe. We go north for a while.
I'll pop up to the map.
I know. I think it's going to be a few days, if I recall.
I have all this worked out.
Oh, that's going to be many days.
Where is it on the map? Thank you.
Unfortunately,
Is-
Baker added this with his new book, so I have to add it to the
Uh-huh.
map.
Yeah.
So, question, DM. The orange line? Is that...
That is the lightning rail.
Okay.
The orange line from this point down here near Road coming off is brand new. I drew that on.
Okay.
As are all the roads down in the section here by Shadowlock Keep, because I realized I kept mentioning roads and we didn't have roads on the map. So now
No,
we have roads
that-
on the map.
We're going.
is
We don't
appreciated.
need roads.
Great.
Man, I haven't seen a map like this in years.
I love it. So, Glimmer, how do we get there? Are we...
I see-
are we hoofing it? As in, and I point to the horses.
I suppose. I don't know. I hadn't thought that far. I was just going to ride before I knew everyone was coming. It's. I'm not a skilled enough wilderness person to know how long it would take for us to just follow the mountain range, or versus going on the roads and around the forest. I don't know.
DM,
Mm-hmm.
I need to appeal for help because
Yeah.
our 2 survivalists are not here.
I understand. It's fine. I worked all of this out preemptively because I knew these questions were going to come up. You can figure out with some looking at maps and things like that. It would take probably 9 or 10 days to go cross country along the Grey Wall Mountains.
Mhm.
If nothing bad happens or you don't run into anything like a crevasse that you can't bypass and have to try and take a day to get around or something like that. Just a straight shot, it's probably 9-10 days, something like that. If you follow the roads, it's probably something similar. It's a much longer route, but it's road, so it's a lot easier to travel. It's also about 9 days. The lightning rail would be faster if you can get to it, but it also doesn't run all that regularly. So whether or not you can pick it up in Gale Spire and afford tickets and it's on time and all that sort of stuff, that's up in the air. You can't tell that from here.
I'll
Where
tell
is
you-
it we're heading to again?
Quickstone.
Quickstone. And we're at Shadowlock Keep, right?
Yes.
That's where the
That-
big little icon is.
But you said we know that there is I'm going to call it a port or a station in Gale Spire for the rail.
Yeah, the rail stops at every major town. So
Okay.
the 3 stops on that section would be Gale Spire, Ardev, and then Quickstone.
Okay.
I mean, if it's the same distance going through the mountains and going on the road, we might as well go on the road on the gamble that we might also get the rail to Quickstone.
Yeah, I mean, if we went on the road, they would probably end up being safer opposed to going straight north. There might be some encounters, and that might be fun too. But
Well, and we could
Well, there could be encounters on the road.
so Lyra would broach that we could, if you wanted, take horses to Gale Spire. If we can catch the rail from there, then we can board the horses or sell them and get new ones on the way back. Which might make it a little bit quicker, considering I don't know how fast these 2 are. And I point to Virgil and Torque.
If you pull into
or
Gale Spire
mountain.
and the lightning rail is about to take off, that would cut 2 days off the trip, so it'd be a total of 7 days.
Remind me what the move speed of a horse is?
Hmm.
If
Fine.
going overland travel, not significantly different than walking.
Okay, I'm much faster than a horse.
Yeah.
Horses need to be like rested enough that it slows you down a little bit too. So it's not actually. It's more about the convenience and the amount of stuff you can carry than it is about speed.
Yeah, I have 40-foot movement speed and double dash, so I can. Yeah.
I've got 60-foot movement on my steed.
Yeah, I mean, I have to stop every hour, but I can more than make up for it. It's 100 feet.
Did we not get a cart with some horses at one point?
Yes! I have a draft horse and I have a cart.
There you go. We're sorted. I knew I'd remembered we bought that at some point because we had this whole debate about which horses to buy for it.
Oh, and I totally was like, we got this. Everybody else was like, no, just use yours. No. Buy a horse.
There we
I have
go.
a horse, I have a cart. So, but here's the thing. Do we need the cart?
Well, I mean, you can load up Talk and Glimmer in the cart.
Glimmer
I have
has
a
a
horse.
horse.
Okay, you can load Talk in the cart.
Or do we just, well, I was gonna say, do we just get a second horse? But really,
Torque has to ride 2 horses.
well, I was gonna say for Virgil, but horse, I don't know that one horse is gonna want to carry on its back that weight of metal. That's a lot.
I
of
don't know,
weight.
I was thinking we'd just stuff Talk in the cart.
A cart could slow us down.
Mm-hmm.
True.
With risks,
But also,
broken
we're
wheels.
traveling for 9 days. Do we not need supplies for camping and such? And like, we could use the cart as...
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of tents we could shove in. We could put in there.
I also have the dome.
Yeah.
Well, there's the thing. We could make the dome around the cart and just sleep in the cart.
No, you can't.
Can you not?
Size-wise, it's not going to fit.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it. Okay.
Yeah,
You're thinking
like,
of tiny hut being way bigger than it actually is.
It's only 4x4, I think.
Yeah, it's like
Squares.
10 feet across.
Yeah.
Like a 10-foot radius.
How big's the cart?
Probably
Probably
about
10 foot.
20 feet across.
Okay, I'm thinking of a much, much smaller cart. I'm thinking of like a...
Well, you've got the cart itself, then you've got like the poles in
Yeah.
the front of it that attach to the horse and all that.
Yeah, the cart.
yeah,
A cart is usually like 5x10 or 6x10.
Yeah, I'm thinking more the internal structure of the cart, not the external bits.
Yeah. I mean, even
Sure.
if we don't use the dome, we could still use the cart for sleeping.
Mhm.
It would make it easier for some travel if we wanted to move continually. We could like take turns sleeping in the cart.
True.
Uh,
And I mean,
So-
at least with my horse, like, doesn't have. I mean, we can. It would be inconvenient to have to hook it up every so often, but it could move us a lot. It doesn't get tired, right? Like,
Right. So if we do, I don't think my horse gets tired either.
I don't think they do if they're celestial or fey beings.
Yeah. Large celestial fey or fiend.
Mhm.
I mean, exhaustion is still a thing, but I would think the rules on regular exertion is slightly different.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything.
Also, I will bear in mind that going there and back, this is out of character, going there and back may take more than one game, and we will have up to
Well,
2 more
yes.
people with us.
Yeah.
So the cart makes sense from a carrying everybody point of view.
But that's just it. Even Titus small enough, she could ride on the horse that either Glimmer or I summon.
Mm-hmm.
And Arlie can turn into a beast that's faster than a horse.
That's true. I hadn't
So
thought about that.
The big question, the only reason to take the cart, and this is out of character, the only reason to take the cart is for the ability to go continually. to only break to swap horses, basically.
And otherwise, like, we would have to abandon the cart if we decide to do the lightning rail too.
Right.
But we'd also have to abandon the draft horse, so we could just moor it up in the same place.
Sure.
We could. Well, and here's the thing: if we're going continually, we wouldn't be able to take the draft horse.
That's true.
It would have to be mine or Glimmer's horse being connected, and then probably alternating them out, depending on, I don't know how long Glimmer's steed stays.
It lasts an hour, and it takes me 10 minutes to summon.
Okay. Mine is there until I dismiss it or summon a new one.
Can you be summoning that inside the cart while the cart is moving?
Not if my horse is the one that's hooked up.
No, I'm saying while the other one's being used, can you start a summon 10 minutes before we need it while you're in the cart moving and then pop
Maybe.
it arrives?
I don't know where.
You don't have to be stationary for a ritual. You just have to be able to like spend the time
Focus
on
on
it, which
that.
is
Yeah.
It's fine if you're in the cart. You're not doing anything actively riding. You're just sitting there.
Well, there we go. We can just do that then. We can have the next horse be prepped and ready to go before we have to swap it.
Mhm.
Well, here's what I'm saying: my horse, it doesn't have to be swapped out. It's there. It doesn't go
It depends on
anywhere.
how fast you want to go, because it's not immune to exhaustion. It's going to be more resilient to exhaustion if you're doing a
Right.
forced march for extra speed, because
Right.
it's going to have a higher constitution than a natural horse.
Right.
So it will need a rotation at some point.
It's going to have to sleep at some point, meaning we're going to have to stop at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Isn't
mean, if
that-
you guys are pushing through the nights too, then you're going to have to make exhaustion checks and things like that as well. It's the same
So-
rules that apply to both the horses and to you if you're pushing.
Unless what if we were to rotate
I
drivers?
mean, mine is completely immune to exhaustion, effectively.
It
Like,
lasts 1 hour.
right, and then I can do it as many times as I want since it's a ritual.
Right.
So it's just an inconvenient thing. But that allows your steed to rest while we still go.
Okay,
And I can see in the dark, so that's not a problem for me to take like night shift.
this is
Right.
going to sound a bit complicated, but work with me on this. What if we did it in teams of 2, where one person is with Lyra, and they take a day shift, and then for the 8 hours that Lyra needs to sleep and her horse needs to rest, Glimmer can be sat casting for a new horse every hour, and somebody else drives it.
So where's my horse while it's resting?
Does it not get? Do you not banish it? Do you not dismiss it back to its plane of existence?
Yeah, I don't
No.
know.
It's
how
not
that
a familiar.
works.
Oh Christ!
Oh.
Okay.
I
It's
thought-
a legit seed.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Okay.
And that's the other problem. If your Phantom Steed's going 100 feet around, it's easily leaving the.
No, I was
season
thinking
seed
since
behind.
it was a celestial or fiend, it operated the same way as
Yeah,
familiar.
I assumed it can be dismissed back to its plane.
No, it
Oh.
uses the otherworldly steed stat block.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can't fit it in the cart, I'm assuming.
No.
Okay. Well, in that case, no, we would need to stop each night.
Yep.
There's
Yeah,
there's no way around that.
So the big question then is, do we bring the draft horse? So then Glimmer doesn't have to summon a new horse every hour. We bring the draft horse, we bring the cart. And then, because we're looking at several days of doing
9-day
this.
travel, so 18
Yeah.
total.
So then you don't have to stop and worry, you know, do I need to resummon my horse? Do I need to recast? And we can just focus on the road and on the travel itself.
That's fine. Like I don't. I don't think it makes a big impact outside of just logistics. Like
Right.
the simple solution is probably the draft horse and stuff, and we'll just do whatever.
Okay. Then I would, as we step out, and the minute Glimmer's like, "Oh, Quickstone," I'm like, "Oh, horse," and I'm gonna walk over to where the draft horse is. Just, I'm gonna assume he's grazing in the field, just hanging out. Like, we don't have a barn and we don't have a stable or anything yet.
Mercy.
and walk him over to the. I'm distracted by dog.
Yeah.
Walk him over to the cart and get him hooked up, and then guide him and the cart back over to the front. And I'm gonna imagine like I'm reappearing as Glimmer goes, and that's what we're gonna do. And then I show up, and it's like game changer. We change of plans.
Can you get down?
Can I or will I?
Thank you.
I can tell he's been freshly groomed. His lines are like perfect still.
Yeah. He is getting a little. We set him up every 6 weeks, and he gets a little grody by then.
I remember them puppies.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll summon my steed over, and my steed. So Virgil wasn't here for that. My steed is now a fiend. So before this, the only steeds you had seen me with before were the Fae and the Celestial. So the winged Celestial or the Fae. But now it's this like dark steed with like almost like green smoke around the hooves and the tail, and it just has this very like fiendish undertone to it.
Right, you have the warlock class mount noted.
Yeah, this tracks. So yeah, so then I call my horse over and ride alongside the draft horse to lead out to the main road.
Out of curiosity, sorry, small side question. Did the group ever figure out how you broke your oath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know we figured out that you had broke your oath, but I don't know if we figured out what you'd done.
There was a whole RP session that happened. Probably actually might have happened while you were away.
Sorry.
It's okay. So it came up actually pretty close to the time that, or actually I guess it was right after the big dinner hall meeting. That's when I summoned the first fiend steed, and then that's when it started coming out that I'd been in communication with the guy under the mountain, and the connection. I thought there was a connection between him and the lurker below.
Yeah.
And that I had stated very clearly that we are woefully unprepared because we didn't even fully comprehend the powers that this thing possessed, and just from being in communication with it, I have been able to do new things. And then the next morning is when my familiar showed up.
But what was the action that originally caused you to break your prior oath, is what I was trying to work out.
Communicating with the
yeah, it was when we very first saw the door.
Oh my god.
Building. It was, like level 3 or something.
Yeah.
Jesus, you didn't give it much of a chance.
We went into this knowing that's the path I was going to go down.
Nice.
So Endis was very, very keen in helping me reach that by the time I needed to choose, which was nice.
Cool.
But yeah. Yep. Yeah, so we are loaded in the cart and hitting the road. I would guess like as the sun is just starting to crest.
Yeah. And like a normal day's worth of travel is going to be 8 hours of travel. You can push beyond that and try and do more, but that's where you're going to risk potential exhaustion levels as you go past that. And there's no rules in 2024, so I'm just going to have to use the 2014 rules for it. Every hour you go past that, everyone will have to make a constitution check, and the DC escalates from 11 and then +1 every single hour you move beyond that. And if you fail it, then you get a level.
Sorry, go on.
Every hour, every time you go beyond another hour, it's another saving throw. If you fail a saving throw, you get a level of exhaustion. So
8 hours
if
does
you
not
want,
seem like a lot of time for travel.
I know.
but it's like travel is rough on you, so like you can do it. It's just going to make you more and more tired and exhausted as you go. So it depends on how hard you want to push to get to Quickstone.
Mhm.
And
Because it's 9 days at a regular travel pace if you don't take anything else along the road.
I mean, just imagine like Glimmer is carrying like 100 pounds of gear. Imagine carrying 100 pounds of gear for 8 hours. Like,
yeah, but it's in the
We have
car.
a cart. It's all piled in the cart.
that's what the rules are
the
based around.
cart
now.
has like a straw pillow for padding,
Right.
and it has like one.
And obviously, while we're
imagine-
traveling, we're not getting long rests, correct?
Not unless you're stopping at inns. So if you're just doing the sleeping under the stars with the tiny hut, then that would not be giving you a long rest. It would qualify
But
as a
it's
short
not like
rest.
we could push till one of us gets a level of exhaustion, then long rest it off, then go again. Okay.
Correct. I would imagine we would only move at the urgency that Glimmer is wanting to go at.
Mhm.
So like if there's a day where Glimmer's like, no, we can't rest yet. We have to keep going. I would say, okay, then we keep going.
And there are going to be inns along the way, like at Ringbriar, Galespire, and Ardev. There would be an inn that you could stop and stay at if you needed to.
Technical question. The
Yep.
draft horse also can only go 8 hours before it starts making con saves, correct?
This applies to
Okay.
both you and the creatures.
Okay. Because I was thinking we can sleep rotate, the horse can't.
For the record, you guys will have heard me call the draft horse Breg. I named it. Just for the record, I have named our horse. I'm naming all of the animals at this point. How? I imagine I would know how long it takes to get to Ringbriar.
That's about 2 days.
2 days, okay. So it's 16 hours. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. We could push a little harder to get to Ringbriar if we want to get there a little earlier to get a room to rest up for the long haul, restock, get anything that we realize we may have missed.
So just in case you weren't looking at chat, like the exhaustion is actually way worse now.
Yeah.
Each level is a -2 to d20 rolls and minus to speed. So even
Mhm.
1 is pretty crippling to our horse.
Right.
the horse would get a rest in Ringbriar.
Well, you don't have
No.
to push like a full extra day. You could, if you push like an extra
Right.
couple of hours a day, you
Right.
might be able to pick up like an extra day's worth of travel.
Well, yeah, and I'm thinking like even if we only push that first day, we'll cut a little bit of time off to get to Ringbriar, so
What's
we
the
can get
DC?
there faster. To see if we've heard anything about when the rail is running.
Hmm.
What's the DC on the exhaustion checks?
It starts at 11
it's-
and goes up by 1 every
Okay.
hour.
Then
It's
there's
a
a 50,
DC 10 plus 1 hour per hour that you've done over.
Okay, well, it only gets a +2 to its con saves. I don't think that's worth a gamble.
I mean, it gets another plus something from Lyra existing.
Yes. +3,
It's your charisma modifier.
+2. My charisma
Plus
is only
2.
+2.
So it gets a +4 to its con saves.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, we could do a couple hours maybe if we
We
wanted
could
to.
do, yeah. I mean, if somebody rolls like garbage, then we're screwed, but...
The problem is it's an hourly check. It escalates, and you only lose 1 per long rest.
Yep.
Well, and that's where like, if we get one,
Then we call it.
yeah, like there is no like, oh, we're gonna keep going. No, you're exhausted. We're done.
Yeah,
We're calling
we stop on the first
on
fail.
anybody. Yeah.
But the problem is, it needs a long rest for that exhaustion level
Which
to go
we don't
away.
get on the road.
but there's an inn at Ringbriar.
Right.
And can we get there in a day?
I mean,
We're not looking at, no, it's 16 hours to get there.
So we're not doing that.
If we fail on
So-
the first day, the second day, the horse is gonna.
So
Just be at -5 feet.
So here's my thought. My thought was push like one or two extra hours on day 1 because we're hyped up, we're like really full
Going.
of like adrenaline basically. Like let's go. And then day 2 we get to Ringbriar a little bit early, so instead of like it's still the 16 hours, but instead of arriving at like 8 I don't know 6
Eight.
o'clock
Yeah,
whatever, we
2
arrive
hours
at
early.
4,
Yeah.
right? So then we have time to get a room at the inn and look for information about how, like, does anybody know if the rail's running up at Galespire? So then we know, do we need to like really hoof it and hustle, or it doesn't matter, it's not running for another week.
Okay.
So then we can kind of plan a little bit better, because and DM, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like Shadowlock is so far removed from the
Regular
from the
society.
rail
Oh yeah.
that they wouldn't know, and we've got that
You-
huge forest, so we wouldn't know when it's running.
You don't know the precise schedule. You would know that the current path along that route runs about twice a week.
Okay.
So it's a question of like, do you get there the day after it left? Do you have to wait 2 days for the next train to come back, or are you getting there like a day before it needs to leave, or something like that? Like
I've
Okay.
just
you don't know
realized.
exactly when it's going to leave after you get there, but it is running twice a week, pretty regularly.
Would we be able to? I don't need to know if the information's there, but would we be able to gather information in Ringbriar as to whether or not it has run yet this week?
They don't have a direct connection to it either, and
Okay.
Ringbriar is a relatively small village. Like, you've been there, it's surrounded by a spiky hedge of thorns. It's mostly a farming village.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if they could see like
The people
across
at the
the
end might know,
flatland.
but
Okay.
they definitely can't see across the flatland, especially because there's a woods in the way.
I've just realized.
I was trying to figure that out. I don't know.
Okay.
I think
Like,
I've just found
from
an
Ringbriar
alternative.
to the Dagger River is like 100 miles.
Yeah, I think I've just found us an alternative route. I'm sorry to completely throw all our plans in the bin, but what if we go to Moonwatch? And I'm sure from there you can get a boat to Sharn, and from there you can take the rail all the way up to Quickstone.
I mean, that still leaves us with the same idea of waiting on the train.
Right, because we
Yeah.
don't know if the rail's run yet or not.
But if it's running twice a week, that means it's going to
3
be
days
running.
to Moonwatch. From the last time we did that.
It's how many?
3 days.
3
it'll be
days.
another day by boat to Sharn.
So 4 days, and then the
And
thing
then-
runs twice a week. So in theory, the longest we'd have to wait is a full week before we're on the
So-
rail to Quickstone.
But so here's the big question. So the rail from Galespire to Quickstone is 2 days. If you take it from Sharn, it's what, 4 days, 3 days?
About 4 days, yeah.
So that adds 2 days onto that.
Well,
So it's
it's
in-
going to be 3 days, but it'll be like 2 days of travel essentially from Sharn straight to Galespire. So it actually goes overnight on that pass. So it picks up a little time because it's not stopping.
Well,
And
the
it's-
question is largely, do we know this? Not necessarily. Like,
I was going to say, is it faster from Shadowlock to get to Gale the Spire or to get to Sharn? And how much time do you save? And does it make up the time difference on the rail?
I think all in all, this is going to be a net neutral.
Yeah.
It'll be
I think
4
you're right.
days to Sharn, and then 3 days to Galespire on the tracks. So that's slower, because that's
Okay.
a total of a week. Where it's 2 days to Ringbriar and then 3 days to Galespire, just by
So that's
road.
5 days. Okay. I'm just thinking also safer travel. But my second question is, where's the town? I know this map is like a traditional one, and I don't know if you've edited it at all. But whereabouts is the city that we've been mostly dealing with from the beginning?
Do you see the little marker here that I'm moving around?
Where? Sorry.
Just ping the map.
Yeah, I
See the
know.
things?
That's our keep, isn't it?
That's the
That's-
town next to our bastion. That's the
Right.
main
Oh,
city.
okay. Right. I was
Okay.
thinking I'd keep the shadow.
If
Lock.
this is
Right, right.
Shadowgate, your bastion is like there.
Okay. Right. Ignore me. I'm being dumb.
No,
Alright,
this
in
is
that
the
case.
this is the official Eberron map, and he took over Shadowlock Keep to be our Shadowgate.
Okay.
Like there's still Shadowlock
Um,
Keep. I just built the city of Shadowgate around it, and
Yeah.
then I've added Quickstone and the Lightning Rail up towards it because that's
Okay.
official as far as Baker's concerned.
Okay, so yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so then ignore me saying about like trying to hustle day one because we're not going to be able to get as much information from Ringbriar as I was thinking. For some reason, I thought it was a bigger town than it is. So 2 8 hours to Ringbriar, and then it's 2 or 3 8 hours to Gale Aspire.
Mm-hmm. It's 2 days to Ringbriar, 3 days from there to Gale Spire. And it would have been 3 days to Moonwatch, another few days to Shan. Okay.
Endis, can
Yep.
you confirm the time from Ringbriar to Gale Aspire?
That's 3 days.
3 days. Thank you. That's what I thought you said, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't thinking incorrectly. So yeah, so we'll go cart 8 hour break or 8 hour travels, overnight at Ringbriar, and then to Gale Aspire.
I miss having an airship. That was cool earlier this game.
It wasn't ours.
I know, but it made things so much easier. Don't suppose we
believe
can
it.
get a loan.
Well,
How
There's
much
a
do those
listed price for airships.
Pardon?
we'll get
There's-
there. We'll
I
get
was
There's
there.
a
gonna say-
listed price for airships. They're just like 90,000 gold or something.
How
We'll get
much
there.
gold do we have currently?
Not
Like
enough.
16 or 20 or something.
Okay, keep going, gang. We can do this.
Do you
right.
need us to roll for anything, dear DM?
If we
I
follow
am going to make you do some rolls, but not before Ringbriar.
Okay.
I only ask because I was reminded by my dear husband that he has survival.
You're following a road.
Hey, I'm just saying.
When you reach a crossroads, there are signs that point the directions to places.
We don't
If
need
you had
to
gone
test our
north along
ability
the
to
Grey Wall
read.
Mountains, then yes.
I do imagine like we hit crossroads and Glimmer's like, no, honey, left. The other left.
I know you're following your hunch, but the sign says. Okay.
Also,
No,
you guys
you're
traveled this road
driving,
like
it's
2
fine.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
From Ringbriar, I'm going to ask everyone to give me a D12.
Come on, no whammies. Oh.
Yeah, but we don't know what if a high number's good or bad.
Yes, we do.
Do we?
This is the
11
same system I've been using the whole time, even from the last campaign. If anybody rolls an 11 or 12, something's going to happen.
Well, I rolled a 1, so not me.
No.
Close. I was close.
First day's travel, you get to the crossroads where it merges with the road up from Moonwatch, and you can make camp. And the next day, you can give me another D12.
Consistency!
Hey, if you combine my last 2 rolls, it was a 12. I'm just saying.
If you put the 2 numbers of my last 2 rolls together, they're 11.
The final trip is so busy, you don't even have to make a roll. And now, can I get anyone, give me a number between 1 and 4?
4. Oh, sorry.
Between 3.
No,
Including 1 and 4.
Oh, okay.
we'll go with
First number I
Glimmers.
heard
We'll
was
go with
4.
4 then. We'll go with
Yep.
4. I thought it was a trick question.
Okay, so you arrive in Galespire, and that's up between 1 and 4 still. If you ask around, the lightning rail is due the next day. So you have to
Ooh.
overnight in Galespire if you wanted to stick around and wait for it.
Okay. I think the first protocol is to find somewhere to put the horse and cart.
My first statement is, Glimmer, do you want to do that?
During these days, like, Glimmer has been present. And that's about it. Like, you hear some mumbling, a lot of just yes no answers, very short. Sure, whatever you want.
No, Glimmer. And I'm gonna just pull a page out of Glimmer's book, and I'm gonna like grab her face like this, and have her like look at me. Do you want to spend the night in the inn and take the rail tomorrow, or do you want to get on the road tonight?
I need to correct you. You would spend the night in the inn because you just got here at night.
Well, yeah.
There a whole day would pass. You'd have spent the
Right.
second night at the inn, and then the lightning rail would arrive.
There we go. Do you want to spend the night in the inn and hit the road tomorrow, or spend 2 nights here and hit the rail the day after?
What about the horse?
I will find Breg a stable. It's not a problem.
Who?
The horse.
The horse's name is Greg.
No, Breg. B-R-E-G.
Greg. Okay.
Yes, Bread. Bread. We are now changing it to Bread. His name is Bread. B-R-E-D.
Suddenly, Ali turns up.
I made 3 loaves of bread today. It was
What is this
fantastic.
door on the side of the tree here?
No one knows.
Suddenly, Talash appears. Somebody say bread.
Um,
The rest of the time is like, nobody talks about the door.
I think it's at the bottom of the Thunder Sea or something.
Probably at this point.
What? The
I
magic
think
portal door?
I mean, if we get there at the same time, it doesn't matter.
It does matter. Because sometimes we need to feel busy to not have a breakdown. So if you need us to be on the road, then we'll be on the road. But if you think a day of recuperating at an inn and gathering information before we get there might prove beneficial, then we can take a day to gather information while we wait on the rail.
I don't even know what information we need to gather.
Do we even know what we're getting into at Quickstone? Do we know what's going on there?
It's on the border. It's probably all sorts of border disputes, and if you've never seen monsters, there are monsters there. Or I should say, that's probably inappropriate.
It's okay. It's
monstrous people,
me. It doesn't matter.
race species that have more nefarious backgrounds.
Okay. Glimmer, I need to know, do we know what we're going to do when we get to Quickstone?
I'm going to listen to my husband, and I'm going to find my daughter.
Okay.
Something about the silent song.
Silent song.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. So why don't we take the day? We'll take tonight. We'll get an inn. We'll take tonight. We'll take all day tomorrow. You rest, because I think you need some rest. And Virgil and I will go out and gather information about Quickstone tomorrow. We'll reconvene. We'll at least go into the town not blind.
Oh, we don't have to go in blind. I suppose. Sorry, I'm still new at this.
It's okay.
And I pull out a crystal ball, and I'm going to try it to scry on my daughter.
As you do that, have we seen you do scribe before? Or did you try and do it privately last time?
You have.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
we did it in the middle of the Jade prison. That first time.
You hear
Was
Virgil
it the
go.
crystal ball then too?
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear Virgil go. That is an excellent idea. Only instead of his usual monotone robotic voice, he sounds weirdly like Lyra.
And so.
Yeah, that's not a fit for you.
Yeah, like my eyes go pale and the stone turns smoky dark, and maybe something happens, maybe something doesn't. Let me use the spell. Scry. I also whether you want to consider it technically having an item from them or not, my spell focus is a dragon shard gifted from her.
So you're trying to scry Kiva?
Yep. So officially, we made it to. Am I understanding this correctly? We made it to. Oh, there's the marker. Gallows Spire. Okay.
Yeah,
If you can see the marker, then hopefully it's working.
Yeah, I see it now.
I can see it now, yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Google Map thing.
There's some weird settings that I've tweaked that shouldn't have been affecting it, but I guess they might have been. Like, make it visible in fog. If you're trying to scry Kiva, you feel something blocking it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have. It feels like that you should be able to, but there's something that's blocking the scrying, essentially. So it's not that it isn't around that you can't locate her. It's that something's actively blocking it.
Yep.
I think you can tell that.
Yep. Of course.
Does this mean we're really going in blind? And I'm like deadpanning at the crystal ball while you're holding it.
I suppose so.
Okay. Torque.
Yeah.
Can you purchase tickets for the four of us for the rail for when it runs next? So not tomorrow, the day after. And then we'll go find an inn. And I will talk with the innkeep about stabling the horse and the cart there at the inn until we get back from Quickstone.
Torque has already started walking away. As soon as he heard what his portion of the thing was, he turned and started walking. He's trying to find the rail station.
How big a town is Galeth Spire?
You're muted.
It's about 1,000 people.
Okay, so it does have
Smaller
like.
than Shadowgate, but decent sized.
Okay, so it will have like a main street for shopping and such, or a trading area.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not looking for anything too spectacular. Just a couple of mundane items.
Yeah, anything mundane would be available. It's one of the shops along the main street.
No, I just need a quill, ink, and parchment.
Are you gonna start journaling?
No, I'm going to start forging if we ever need it. I can basically.
Do you have a forgery kit?
Yes, I do. I believe.
Okay.
Or if I don't, I will have to buy one. But I don't need a forgery kit. I can now perfectly imitate anybody's speech or handwriting if I've studied them for at least an hour. I do have a forgery kit though, so yes.
I don't think you actually need like paper and quill. I think that's all in the forgery kit.
Wait, no, I have proficiency with the forgery kit. I don't own one, so yeah, I might buy a forgery kit then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think DM doesn't the forgery kit have like quill, ink, paper, all that stuff in it?
It should say that
Wax
on the
seals.
list.
I'm just gonna have a quick look what it has.
The new rules tell you what each tool can largely do. And
It
what
just
it can
says
produce.
mimic 10 words off you using someone else's handwriting or duplicate a wax seal is what it says it can do. Whereas this, I could write essentially a whole letter, not just 10 or fewer words. I could write an essay in somebody
I'd say
else's.
I would say the kit has the tools to do that, but if you wanted to write a letter or something like that, you'd need to buy paper separately. And
Yeah.
like if you wanted to do wax seals, you have to buy the wax.
Yeah.
Not that either of those are hard to find or expensive at all.
No, I just want to get a few bits and pieces in case we ever need something like that. Because I'm now our scam artist, so to speak.
Oh. Not bad. Not bad.
It's the thing, Sil. I think things like that you would technically ask for in Thieves' Cant, and if they don't understand what you're asking for, then they're not the place that sells it.
How much are tickets on the
I
rail?
was just working that out and typing it into chat.
Oh, look at that.
Anyway, I'm just going to add a few bits and pieces for shopping and just save some time. And deduct it from what little gold I have left of my own, because I assume everything these days is in party funds.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know how much people have of their own money these days.
I personally have very little. I have 20 gold, maybe.
I
To be clear,
56. Yeah.
the 1.5 silver option there is very much steerage. It's like there's a boxcar, you can jump in there and find a spot.
Right.
Fight
You
people
want-
for it.
You want to travel all of us first class? Okay. Still is traveling all of us first class.
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to say we have an elderly lady with us. She deserves a bit of comfort.
She's in a bit of a
Is-
trauma.
Is that per mile or just for the entire stretch?
That's the entire stretch that you're going to be covering.
Okay.
Okay, so
I worked it up
240 gold.
from the prices I was able to find were per mile, but I calculated the distance by
yeah,
that
that-
120 miles.
So here's something, just a silly little question. Could we arrange a deal to get like a discount if we do it round trip? Because we do have to come back.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Just I'm
Especially
just
not at the
curious.
level that you're talking about.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, if it's fine. I was just sometimes they do that, so I figured I'd ask. It's okay. So yeah. So I guess Sill's buying tickets for 4 people round trip or one way, first class.
So that's 240 gold. And if that's the case, then the travel you're going to have, you're each going to get a private sleeping chamber. So it's got your own little. It's not like extremely comfortable. It's about as comfortable as you could possibly expect. There's a narrow cot in there, but it's got a nice soft mattress on it and decent sheets and blankets. And it's private, so that's nice as well. There's a window in each of those sleeping chambers with curtains that can cover it. Locks that you can keep yourself secured in with, and places to secure all of your luggage. They are willing to take the cart and the horse with you in steerage, wrapped into that cost, if you want.
I mean,
We're
if it's
not with
free, then
Torque when they make that offer, so that is entirely up to Torque as to what he says, because he didn't stick around to hear what the rest of the plan was. So it's whatever Torque decides.
Like, they would make the offer of taking any mounts you have, because like aristocrats coming to try and get on the lightning rail often come on mounts, so that's part of the service at that level. Food's all covered. The food is going to be fantastic, and there are pages rushing around the cabins and through the passages all the time, so that if there's anything that you need at any point, you can call on one of them to get you whatever you need.
Yeah, we'll definitely need the, we got a cart and some horses that we need loaded.
Oh, no problem at all. Just bring them here when you present your tickets, and we'll have stable hand secure them away just fine.
Torque will just take the tickets and just blankly turn around and walk away.
Isn't everything kind of blankly, like he doesn't really have facial expression?
Departure's at 9 p.m. There's a big clock on a pole right here.
And he just kind of like does that over the head wave. I know. He just does the over the head wave back at him like, yeah, I got it.
I'm so sorry you guys are missing it. He's being very animated.
Very animated. I raised my arm.
Really well.
How fucking lazy am I on a normal basis if that's animated?
Oh my god, he waved his arm.
Torque will just make his way back toward the inn.
Was there anything anyone else wanted to do before you embark?
Torque would find us where he left us. Because we didn't say, like, we hadn't gone to the inn yet. I don't even know how many inns are at this place.
Yeah, well, Talk was buying tickets. I've just quickly bought a few small supplies that I needed and come back.
Where
are we looking for information?
Yes. I would take tomorrow to seek out information. Then we're doing it on a well-rested, clear head, able to actually process everything. 'Cause
if I may offer a observation.
Yes.
People talk more when they have had drink.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps an evening in a tavern may pick up some interesting conversations.
Yes, I could use a drink.
Perhaps the inn is near a tavern. As soon as Torque gets back, we will go locate one.
I got our tickets.
Fantastic.
Well done.
He'll start. He'll kind of hand them out as he does. And they'll take the cart and the horses too, so you don't have to worry about doing anything with that.
Awesome. So they just need to be 2 nights at the inn then. And like as he goes to hand Glimmer her ticket, I'll like reach out and grab Glimmer's ticket.
Yeah, I didn't even like have my
Yeah.
hand out to receive it.
Yeah, I imagine like you're just like just spaced into like whatever zone. Okay, let's find the inn. Let's start there. And I immediately I take the reins of my horse and start walking it, but like bring my arm up to scoop Glimmer's arm in over my arm like she normally would, to like encourage her to move with us so she doesn't just like
stand there or wander.
Yeah, who knows where her brain's gonna go. And
I'll
I'll
query.
start.
How much of a sore thumb does your horse stick out in this town?
I don't know, GM. How badly does my horse stick out?
It's catching a lot of weird glances. It starts and you see like a couple of people like scamper away from it.
I imagine like someone says something nasty about it under its breath, and he's like gives this really like aggressive snort in their direction. Cause like I'm not holding the reins really tight, and he just kind of follows because he's a good horse.
I just think that, like, you know how an average horse would like, oh, if there's someone had flowers, it would like eat the flowers, like tee hee hee, and this is like it eats a doorknob. Or
It ate
like
their hat.
Or, you know, a chunk of stone off the side of a building.
Just a little bit of that railing, it's fine.
It literally takes candy from a baby. Like, it just reaches into a pram and just takes like the candy cane out of its hand.
So yeah, so then we'll go in search of the inn. I'm gonna imagine either Virgil or Torque would grab bread and the cart. If not, I would try to like not lure, but grab a rein for that also to lure them also.
Yeah, there's 2 inns in Galespire that are pretty obviously pulling in a lot of the traffic. One of them looks like it caters more to the river folk, so like the fishers and the transporters and all that sort of stuff. It looks really rough and tumble. Like there's one guy who's actually like draped over a table on the outside of it that's clearly passed out drunk or something like that, or dead. It's unclear from here. But the other one across the street from it looks much nicer appointed. Looks like it deals with a higher class of traveler.
I imagine like we're at that crossroad where it's like we look right, we look left, like we're a couple buildings before it.
Like you grab me to lead me along, but Glimmer doesn't stop and just goes towards the rough and tumble one.
I was gonna say,
I would absolutely start grab her arm, like hold on, hold on.
We stay at the nice one. We drink at the rough one.
That's
Best of
what I
both
was
worlds.
thinking.
Yeah, best
Because
of both worlds.
they're gonna be a little bit more loose-lipped. We could probably get more information, but I don't want to sleep in bedbugs.
Lyra, dear,
Yes.
let me ask you a question. What is considered high class to do if you're rich, and disgusting if you are poor? Get drunk. You're going to get the same information in either place.
It's less about the information and more finding the right people who would drink in certain establishments.
I believe, in my experience, living across from an inn, the lower class tend to have looser lips when talking about things, so it's easier to glean information, whereas the higher class tend to take a lot more alcohol to get them to start talking. And they want good, expensive alcohol to start talking. So I like the idea of eating and drinking this evening over there, but I don't want to sleep over there because that guy is vomiting on the side of the out the side of the building, and I don't want to know what condition their rooms are in.
Okay.
So if we sleep here, but drink there, do you want to stay at the lower class? And I broached that subject to all three of them.
Sleeping hadn't really been on my mind when I started walking, so, no, I understand what you're saying.
I plan on being a lawn ornament no matter where you stay.
As long as you have both eyes on Glimmer, I don't care. I lean over and whisper, like half whisper to Torque, she's in no condition to look out for herself right now. Okay, so, how about, and I motion for Virgil to follow me. Torque, how about you and Glimmer go grab us a table? And Virgil and I will join you guys momentarily. I'm gonna get the horses and cart taken care of for the next 2 nights and get our rooms taken care of for the next 2 nights. And I, like, take Glimmer's arm and I loop it through Torque's. Like, here, she is not your problem.
I follow Lyra.
And I, like, half push Torque, so he starts walking towards the other inn.
I suppose we're going this way.
Yes, Torque dear. Grandma needs a drink.
Then a drink you shall have.
See, am I resistant to poison? I'm not.
And rooms at the nice inn are going to be 2 gold a night.
Is it extra for the horses and cart to be stabled?
It'll be another 5 silver for that.
So 10 silver and hold on. You said it was how much per night?
2.
2, so 8 gold and 5 silver.
8 gold, 5 silver. Done.
6 gold.
6 gold? Are you and Virgil sharing a room?
I said I planned to be a lawn ornament. I wasn't joking.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna Batman it on the roof. And I'm not joking.
It's fine if you want to do that. You're not allowed in the building after hours.
So I'm
Wow,
gonna...
that's racist.
So what I'll do, so like, if Virgil's like, no, I don't need a room, I'll be like, no, you and Torque can share a room, it's fine. And I'll tell them I need 3 rooms, and it doesn't matter if they all only have 1 bed. So we'll do 3 rooms, and then the horses. So 6 gold, 10 silver. Is that right? Yeah. I'm trying to do math, and you know numbers and me don't like each other. 13 gold. Done. Okay. So that's clear. That's taken care of. I let him know that the horses are rained out, oh my gosh, words are evacuating my brain. My brain went anchored. I'm like, that is not the word. Nope. They're out front. Hitched. There's the word. They're hitched out front to the front post. And then I would direct Virgil back out the front door after acquiring the keys to our rooms. Moored. And walk with Virgil back out. As we step out of the inn, and I can get a moment to like actually take in the entirety of the town. What type of people are we seeing primarily in Galus Spire? Is it primarily the fisher folk, or are we seeing a lot of tradesfolk or
It's both a
class?
hub for river trade, and also it's basically a crossroads, but the river is one of the roads, kind of thing. So there's a lot of fishing that goes on here with the large end of the river. There's the trade up and down the river by boat. There's trade coming all through based on both the lightning rail now and also the standard road traffic. So there's just a big hub for all that kind of traffic. And I mean, there's outlying farms and things like that as well. So a pretty mixed use kind of town that's built up over time.
Virgil, we may want to dress up tomorrow in our nicer attire.
Virgil just looks down and then looks back up at you.
Oh yeah. You don't really attire.
I still have the bow tie somewhere.
I feel like we stick out a little.
Perhaps
Everywhere you guys go, like, people are always watching you at this point.
Perhaps if we are to fit in tomorrow, we leave the horse in the stable. It seemed to gather more attention than the rest of us.
I haven't seen another person in plate yet. I think I kind of stick out.
Even the few guards you see walking around are like in half chain and things like that.
On the contrary, you do show yourself to be quite the powerful adventurer.
That tends to draw attention. Could be good for a distraction if we ever need it. However, we need to blend in tomorrow to get information.
I am good at moving without being seen. It may be better that I do not engage directly, but perhaps try to identify those who may have good information and tail them.
On the other hand, I stick out like a sore thumb right now. I think I need to put on proper clothes tomorrow.
Did you pack any?
Uh-huh.
Very well.
Well,
might I suggest losing some of the armor before we go to drink tonight?
No. Because I don't trust the crap that Glimmer's gonna get into.
Nor do I. But you could probably have a few things under the clothing. Under loose clothing. But not a full set of plate.
I have fine clothes and this. And my sleepwear.
What time of day is it?
It's evening.
Damn, the shops will be closed.
It's fine.
I was thinking, like, if we can get you some loose-fitting clothing, like, you could wear over, like, not full plate, but some, like, stripped-down version, then it's
general stores and things like that are still, like, still have their lights on, but a lot of the, like, boutiques and everything like that would sell fine clothes are definitely closed by now, yeah.
Oh, where we're drinking tonight, we do not need fine clothes.
No. I actually, like... The armor is what stands out, so tomorrow when I'm walking around, if I'm not wearing the armor, I don't think I'll be recognized. But... I have a feeling Glimmer's gonna be... What's the term? 3 sheets to the wind?
Especially if we ply her with enough alcohol. She may have a good night's sleep.
She needs sleep. God, does she need sleep? Did you hear her murmuring last night?
Is that what that was?
Yeah, I don't think she's really sleeping. Like, I think she's sleeping, but not really. She needs rest.
I was thinking it was a bit early in the year for locust season.
No, I think she growled at one point. I don't know. Let's go apply her with alcohol. And I like pat Torque, and I imagine it's like or not Torque, Virgil. I pat Virgil on the back, and I imagine it's like patting the Tin Man.
Yes and no. He's less pure metallic. There is elements of, like, almost like a wood feel to him. Almost like he was designed to be somewhat lighter.
Right.
Like, some of the material doesn't make sense for what you would regularly make a Warforged from.
Okay. But, like, I'm assuming, like his chest is primarily metal, though.
Oh yeah. Like there's it's like a weird interlace of different materials.
So I imagine, like, in like Wizard of Oz, when like the original Wizard of Oz, where he's like, tonk, tonk.
You mean the only Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking when you said hitting me like he's the Tin Man, my first response was Bender. Like, what do you mean? I'm 40% tin. Ding ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. This is something I wrote in his backstory that when he was designed, it was almost like a prototype. So they used materials on him that then realized either weren't cost effective or didn't work as well as they wanted. But yeah, he's an experimental. So some parts are metal, other parts are I don't even know because Endus won't tell me.
That's a weird type of wood, isn't it?
Why would they use balsa?
Yeah.
It's just MDF.
Right.
It's a handyman's dream.
Is this hardened ooze?
You crack him open, it's just formaldehyde, just everywhere.
Right. There we are. That expanding foam.
Yeah. But
Yeah, so I would pat you on the back.
Depending on where you also tap, there is a hollow ringing sound.
Okay. Yeah, it would be like think like shoulder blade area.
Yeah. Just be wary that remember the leather armor that he now has spines that stick out through the gaps in his body.
Oh yeah. Like I'm not like patting that hard.
I know, but just like they are spines.
I'm also wearing gauntlets, so
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, in that case, it's like the sound of 2 tankards clanking.
There we go. Love it. Yes. Come, let's go apply alcohol to Glimmer.
Would it be advisable for one of us to... Where is it more likely that the merchants and people who come from outside of the area to trade would drink? The rich place or the poor place?
Are you asking my opinion or the DM?
Both.
Or
More likely to be a place where you have the rooms at.
Okay, because it might be worth one of us just staying there to keep an ear out for... Because if anybody knows what's going on in Quickstone, it won't be the fishermen. It'll be the people that travel to and from that area.
okay. So is Virgil saying he wants to stay at the inn?
I'm going to stay at the inn and just be, like, quietly listening into conversations.
Okay.
And pretending to drink, because how the hell do I drink?
Okay.
But
Well, I would
obviously,
even say like
if
the minute you're like, ooh, I think I should stay here and listen. I'm like, cool. You could just tell everybody you're holding a table for us.
yes, I'll do that.
I'm
But
betting their
also-
food is better here than there.
Also, what's the range on your telepathic communication?
I have to be able to see you. If I'm remembering right.
At all times, or just when you establish it?
I'm confirming. Hold on. That is not the
'Cause
right.
that would be a super bummer if you had to maintain visual the whole time.
That would suck, because it's basically just message, then, if that's the case.
Message doesn't require visual.
I thought it does.
Nope. You point in a
But
direction.
there's hard range.
Oh.
You can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 90 feet of you.
Okay. In that case,
Well,
if
it's like-
something... I just say, if something goes terribly wrong, yell very loudly. I'm sure I'll hear you across the
but-
street.
So, I don't think I need that to speak with my familiar.
So you
That's
leave
different.
the cat with me.
She's a sphinx.
Leave the cat with me.
Yeah. Her name is Ada. The minute you're like, leave the cat with me, her name is Ada. And I imagine she has like some very sassy response because she talks.
See, a
God, this-
robot and a cat share a table.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a great spin-off, like, buddy cop detective series going on here.
So, do you come here often?
Shut up. Get me some milk. Yeah, I think we have.
What's the range you have can communicate familiar?
I'm fine. I'm looking for
I think
it.
it's 100 feet. Or is it on the same plane of existence?
It's either 100 feet, a mile, or on the plane of existence. I
Yeah.
can't remember which of those three.
I intentionally
the-
never.
I know the vision, like see through their eyes thing, is only 100 feet.
I intentionally never take Find Familiar.
Within 100 feet of me. I can communicate with it telepathically.
That covers from one
Oh,
side of
a
the street to
decent,
the other,
yeah.
surely.
Yeah, it's like a 20-foot wide street. It's like the main street of the town, so it's a pretty wide street.
Okay.
But they're only like a couple of houses down on each side, so it's maybe 30 feet total for the total gap between the two. So depending on where you are in the building, a max of maybe 50 feet away.
Yeah, so, like, I imagine we're on the porch of the nice inn having this conversation, and I'm like, Ada, do you mind staying here with Virgil? And I imagine she's like, whatever. And as Virgil turns to walk in, she like full on sassy struts right behind him. Like she is just living the life of luxury in this place. And then I'll head over to join Glimmer and Torque. How busy is the inn that Glimmer and Torque are at? And have they bought drinks yet?
I was about to say we should probably pick up. Like you guys go to the nice place, and Torque's like, I guess we're going this way. I said, just find a table. You don't have to talk. I'm here for one reason.
Me too, but probably a different reason.
Very good. The guy passed out over the barrel. You said he was drunk or whatever. Is there like a bottle near him, or
Yeah, there's a bottle that's standing on the table that's upright.
as we pass by, I grab it?
Okay.
And upon entering, what is the scene?
Well, first thing, upon entering, can you give me a dex save?
Okay.
Both of
This is
us?
just me.
Yes.
Oh, bad.
Horrible feeling. I know. Hang on. Are you with?
No.
Is this before? Oh, okay.
Yep. You guys are doing your thing together right now.
Well, it's only setting the DC at 10, so unfortunately,
Yep, that's okay.
Glitter is going to get beamed in the head by a wooden tankard that was launched across the room before she opened the door.
Jesus.
Take 1 damage, and you're also
Okay.
soaked because it was not empty.
This is how.
There's a lot of shouting. It doesn't seem to be directed at you.
Do you,
Does it seem like it's a brawl starting, or what's the shouting about?
Maybe there's like 5 guys down at the far end of the bar who are currently in the middle of yelling and starting to like push each other back and forth, and the tankard came from that direction.
When it hits Glimmer, Torque mechanically pops Thaumaturgy, and his eyes turn from... He had taken his goggles off, by the way, on the way over. That's why my
Okay.
picture changed. Because he understands the green is a little bit disturbing. But his eyes turn to red, and he just booms his voice out and just yells, "Knock it the fuck off!"
Give me an intimidation check.
"19.
Yeah, I'm just rolling a bunch of different things. You hear a chorus of comments that are something along the lines of "Holy crap! What the fuck is that? Run!" And those 5 guys bolt in 2 different groups in 2 different directions. One dives out the a couple of guys dive out one of the windows that doesn't even have glass in it right now. The other guys go barreling out through the back somewhere, probably looking for a door, and clear the zone very quickly.
Thank you, dear. I kind of wanted a word, but I suppose this has the same effect. And I will prestidigitate stale ale smell off of myself.
One of the nearby people who's just sitting there quietly drinking a drink goes, "Jesus Christ, what the hell was that?" Gets up and wanders off, leaving the bar.
Also, Torque, thank you for making space for us.
You're welcome."
And go to the end where they were occupying a space. And if there's someone behind the bar, just
He's coming over pretty quickly. He's pouring a couple of tankers under a large keg that's on the counter and plops them down in front of you. "No charge. Thanks for clearing those guys out. They usually break something."
Well, I mean, they harm her. They're lucky I yelled instead of breaking them.
Well, Don't break something, we'll get along.
And I'll take the tankard from Torque. and
Definitely
yeah,
haven't seen you two around. We've got ale, we've got wine, which is terrible, and we've got Scream, which I cannot possibly recommend more strongly against.
Scream.
It's a local specialty. One of the ingredients is fermented fish liver oil. It's got a hell of a kick, but I cannot recommend against drinking it more than strongly than I am. But if you want it,
We'll take one. Every culture has its place.
if you insist, he reaches down under the bar and pulls up a small, narrow bottle and places it down in front of you. We serve it by the bottle. I do not want the bottle back. Please take it with you when it leaves. That stuff reeks.
Oh, I see. Very, very well. And I, just like in movies or whatever, like, Torque would see Glimmer take a sip and then just pour it back. Like, it is honestly a little impressive.
This is not like a wine. This is a hard liquor.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ale, not
the ale?
that
Okay.
stuff. I haven't touched that stuff yet. And I push the one taker down, bring the other one to myself. Say, oh, this isn't for you. I figured I'd get something for Lyra too.
Okay.
Unless you want this stuff.
How long have we been adventuring together now?
Sometimes people still surprise you.
Okay. No, thank you.
Well, then Lyra has something waiting for her.
And considering we were in the doorway when that happened, they probably heard me across the street.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's entirely fair. Because I think if the distance is either 300 or 600 feet, it's like super long.
Like I said, at most like 50 feet away. Like you could speak loudly and be heard across the street. That's probably around the time that Lyra would start to show up.
I'd like to say, I heard Torque's boom, like, right after I send Ada to follow Virgil. And I'm like, oh no. And I don't
I'm fine with
rush.
that.
Thanks. And I slow clink across over. Is the guy still passed out on the front porch, or did he, like, take off with the boom?
You're not sure he's even breathing.
Can I check for a pulse?
Sure. Give me a medicine check, I guess. Where do you check for a pulse again?
I'm gonna be like, I'd like to think I go to reach, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know what that is on his neck.
He smells really bad.
Yeah. Like, I go to check for a pulse, and I'm like, never mind. Change of plans. I am reviled. And I go to walk in. It seems... I'm going to make the assumption it seems remarkably quiet compared to what it did a minute ago.
There's some hushed, murmured conversations in various places. There's a lot of cautious glances being cast at your friends. But, yeah, it seems like whatever was going on in here has died down considerably.
As you, like, see us, the first thing that you see is Glimmer, like, full on...
I'm gonna give, like a fairly big sigh. And go over to the bar. You don't happen to have anything hot, do you? You're muted.
Getting all kinds in here today. I've got ale, I've got wine, which is terrible, and I've got Scream, which, please God, don't order the Scream.
Yeah, it doesn't sound enjoyable.
It's terrible.
Ale
It's
made
a local
in-house?
specialty.
Ugh. Ale made in-house?
I mean, no, I get it brought in, but it's fine.
I'll start with an ale.
Sure thing. He turns around to the keg on the back and pours out a quick shot of ale. It's copper.
You got it? I slide it over.
Slides the tanker over to you.
Thanks. And I'll like, I slow walk over to join Glimmer and Torque, but like I'm looking around at everybody that is now like side glancing at them. Pull a chair out, sit down. What did you do?
He did not resort to violence.
Rowdy patrons hit Glimmer in the face with a mug, so I yelled at them.
That what that bruising is?
I have not looked at myself, but I
Don't look
don't
good.
smell.
Right. Why did they hit you with a mug?
I mean, they weren't trying to hit her in particular. They had just thrown it as we entered. It just happened to find her.
I'm not as dexterous as I used to be.
Okay. So... Okay.
I'm not sure how much gossip we're going to glean.
We're not. Not now.
Are the murmurs still happening?
Yeah, the people are having quiet conversations all around you.
Oh, I mean, like, murmuring and, like, glancing at us, like, as if... Would we notice if they're kind of, like, talking about the jerks who just came in?
Give me either... Give me a perception check, but base it on charisma. Either charisma or wisdom, your choice.
Oh, dear God, why?
Because you're a min-maxing barbarian.
because I picked the stats that make sense to me.
Wait, perception based on wisdom is just perception.
Yes.
Yay! 11.
You think some of it's about you, but it's hard to tell. People are being relatively quiet. You don't think it's anything particularly about you necessarily. They're just keeping to themselves.
Meanwhile, in the tavern across the way, I'm quietly sat at a table, just trying to trying to filter any unneeded noises, see what conversations I can pick up on.
What specifically are you trying to zoom in on?
Anything that mentions, obviously, if I hear anything about Quickstone in general, or to the north, or anything about events in that direction.
Give me a perception check then.
Okay, do not fuck me. Give me a good roll.
Or investigation, actually. You're doing it actively.
Alright, well, that's even better. In that case, instead of adding a 5, add a 9. So 22.
22. You do hear some people, a couple of merchants down the way talking about Quickstone. They seem to talk about how quickly it's developing as a trade hub. There's been a lot of quick development there over the last decade or so. It's really built itself up, but it's attracting all kinds apparently, and they're not sure how much they like it.
I'm just gonna look to Ada, and like my eyes flick to where that table is, and then flick back. Perhaps you should go over and look cute, and see if you can hear anything interesting.
She looks at you like this very indignant, feline look. Are you saying I'm not normally cute?
I'm asking you to act cute.
You act cute.
I'm not a small cat.
Neither am I.
To most normal eyes, you are.
Her tail is flicking obnoxiously. And she has wings. Like, she doesn't, like... Hold on, let me find her full photo.
How high up is she? Like, is she literally like a small tabby size, or is she larger?
She is a tiny celestial.
Yeah, but like her height, what would you compare her size to?
I'm looking. It's in their description somewhere. I know I saw it. It's roughly the size of a lion cub.
Okay, never mind. She's far too big. I was thinking she was like this tiny little dinky thing that could just like curl up someone's foot or crawl under a table,
Yeah,
and everyone just
still
goes,
found it.
"Oh, cute pet,"
Yeah,
and
no,
just ignores it while they carry on talking.
There's the image. Still found it for me. And put it in Discord.
Also, so wildly unnatural. People are rolling. Go, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
Never mind. Discard that plan then, because I hadn't quite taken into account of what and how she looks. I just remember her go flying out of a window one time, and that was my only experience with her.
Yeah. She was chased by Eventide and covered in glitter.
In that case, I'm just going to listen on that table of merchants talking about Quickstone. There doesn't seem to be anything. When they start talking about how it's attracting all kinds, do they go into any specifics?
They mostly seem to be being very racist. Like they mentioned kobolds and like a couple of other monstrous races. There's apparently like you hear them talk about the horrible Medusa that's setting up shop up there.
Okay. I do my best to just not react. to such bigotry because I don't want to be causing a fuss and I don't want to scare them off. I'm just gonna quietly just like try and focus on their conversation without making it clear that I'm obviously listening to them. I'm trying to eavesdrop without like leaning in that direction or looking towards them. It's more like a passive, like I'm looking in one direction, but my ears are focused purely on what they're saying.
Give me a stealth check with charisma.
Stealth check with charisma. How does that work?
So
The charisma
mechanically,
bonus.
yeah, you would go over to like the top where it says like your plus,
Okay.
and you right click and then add at the bottom like your stealth bonus to the whatever natural charisma one you have.
So my charisma is a 0, so do I just roll a straight stealth check?
Yeah,
And
with
then-
whatever your proficiency bonus would be.
But
If you're
not the
proficient in stealth.
dexterity, but not with the dexterity.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, so take 5 away from this, because I get to roll stealth with advantage. So whatever this is, minus 5. So 19.
Yeah, okay, they haven't cottoned onto you paying attention to them at all.
Okay. If anything of interest comes up there, then yeah, I'd like to just note it. But if there's nothing more, I'll just tune out eventually and see if there's anything else that comes up in the tavern.
You do hear them, like, as they're ranting about all the different people that they don't like seeing in Quickstone and other places. They do mention, like, there's all those monsters moving in, there's whole bunches of refugees and all that sort of stuff. There's weird cultists showing up now and then. It's all kinds of different weird groups of people.
If they do they mention anything further on the cultists, or do they just say, "Oh, there's some weird cultists," and that's it?
Just weird cultists. They don't seem to know anything more about that.
Okay, that might be worth interesting and taking into account. Hmm. I'm just gonna check. Because I have already been here and I'm holding a table, and I'm pretty sure somebody staff-wise I would have caught their attention holding this table this long. What's the alcohol price here?
Would depend on exactly which alcohol you wanted to buy, but like a standard ale would be like a silver.
What are they drinking?
They're in pewter mugs. It's kind of hard to tell.
Okay, I'm just looking because I've only got 28 gold. I'm just wondering if I can buy my way in with drinks. I'm gonna just look over at Ada and be like, please hold the table, and just get up and go over towards them. Casually, like non-threatening approach. Good evening, gentlemen. May I join you for a round on me?
Well, if you're buying, then sure. And they shuffle over and make room.
Okay, what are they drinking? Now that I can see into the cups.
Just looks like ale.
Okay, I'm going to order a
Okay.
round, so however many that is.
There's 2 of them and you, so that'd be 3 silver.
Easy enough. 10 silver, a gold, correct?
Yep.
So remove that and add 7. Okay. Forgive me, I could not stop to overhear you talking about the situation in Quickstone.
Oh, it's terrible. Places going to the dogs.
Hmm.
Almost literally, right? You see those gnolls last time?
Indeed. Strange creatures. I couldn't help but notice you mentioned cultists.
Yeah.
Do you know any more about them?
I know I don't truck with cultists. Weird
Indeed,
guys in
I
robes. Ugh.
This was not an accusation. Do you know what they claim to be about, or who they follow, or who they worship?
No, I avoid cultists
Ah,
as a matter of practice. I do not want to do business with people like that. Who knows what they will drag you into?
Very well. I was wondering if you knew anything about them from a not direct point of view, but more a things you may have heard to know to avoid.
If you see people with weird symbols that they're all wearing as a group, or strange robes you don't recognize, walk the other way.
Could you
General
describe...
good rule for life.
Indeed. Could you describe the symbol?
I didn't see any symbol in this case. There was just a couple of guys with the dark hood.
Are they the... how to put this politely? The kind that rant and rave in a town square about this and that to whoever is listening?
No, they mostly keep quiet.
Hmm.
In my experience, cultists are mostly trying to be sneaky about something. That's why I don't trust them.
And yet you've seen them.
I see people wearing matching robes wandering around. Yeah, I see them.
Very well. I am only asking because my friends and I are heading towards Quickstone, and I would be remiss if, as the company security, I did not take full stock of what threats may await us there.
Well, keep your people away from weird-looking monsters and weird people in robes, and you'll probably do just fine. Quickstone's a pretty decent place. You just got to be a little careful.
Any areas you would suggest avoiding in the town?
Stay the fuck away from the tents, probably. That's where all the refugees are. And the heap is, don't go there.
All right.
That place
Thank
is
you.
cursed.
Thank you, gentlemen. And I'm going to put them down 2 more silver for the round after this and then go back to our table.
They both raise your mugs to you as you leave.
Okay, as I go back, I sit down across from Ada and go, so we have cultists, refugees in tents, and a place called the Heap.
Ada is on the table, sitting in the middle of it, swishing her tail, cleaning her face.
Hmm.
So, like, yeah, like, she's like...
Could you please pass a message on to Lyra?
Of course.
Tell her we have some faint leads. Nothing concrete. Not that... Does concrete exist in this world? No. Nothing solid.
Yeah.
Nothing substantial.
Wait till I explain what Quickstone's all about.
Yeah, but we have some things to go off. I will meet you all later. I trust you're having a pleasant evening.
Ada rolls her eyes at you. Conveys the message to me. And then Ada looks up at Virgil. They're getting nothing. Torque cleared out the hall. And then Ada indignantly lays down in the middle of the table, stretches her wings out really hard, stretches her front legs really well, gives a big yawn. I'm hungry.
When she says Torque cleared the place out, Virgil just looks at her the same way he looks all the time, without any difference or any expression on his face, and goes, "This is my surprised face."
I'm hungry.
I do not know what you eat.
Food.
Specifically.
Well, Arthur makes this amazing chicken back at the house.
What time is it roughly, DM?
Like, close around 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
So the kitchen's still open in the tavern?
It would be.
I'm going to order this cat a whole ass chicken.
Okay, it's, weren't you the one who didn't get a room?
No, I'm sharing a room with Torque.
Yeah, Virgil and Torque are sharing a room.
Okay, then they'll feed you for the price that was being offered. That's fine.
Okay. Because I know Torque's not exactly going to need a meal either, so we might as well feed the cat.
She's a sphinx. She is not a cat. And every time you call her a cat, She like glares at you with
Oh,
her
he
evil
doesn't
eye.
say it in character. I'm just saying
Okay.
that.
Yeah. You you place the order for a whole chicken, and you like immediately like she stops and sits up like, did you just say a whole chicken? To myself?
Well, I'm not going to eat it, and I just like tap on where a mouth should be, and it's just a solid grill.
You have just one-upped Arthur.
I did not realize it was a competition.
Of course, it's a competition.
I
Everything's
thought
a competition.
I thought I would just adequately compensate you for your services provided this evening.
Well, I mean, if this is adequate compensation, I will happily play messenger. Apparently, Glimmer's not even drunk yet.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't needed to make a save yet, so.
Hence why why we're assuming you're not drunk yet.
But yeah, that's I think all the details I'm going to get, unless the DM suddenly wants to supply me with information later in the evening. So I'm happy to turn it back to you guys.
That's pretty much going to be it.
Okay.
You were successful in your check. That's why you got as much information as you did. It's like
Let's go.
they're 100 miles away from Quickstone.
I mean, to be fair, on an investigation, the lowest I can now roll is a 19.
That's fantastic.
Hey, on a regular stealth, the lowest I can roll is a 23.
Back at where we're drinking, I would relay the information to Torque, Glimmer by proxy, because she's already had, what is it, 2 ales and a hard liquor, or is it 1 ale and 2 hard liquors?
I've not had any of the hard liquor yet.
Okay.
The bottle is just there.
Okay.
Occasionally, I slide it at you.
And I slide it right back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I'm like slowest sipping my ale possible, trying to stay sober.
I do not. And eventually it turns into, like, how do I want to say this? Like, half-slurred discussions of, or rather, like, reeling memories of, like, my husband or my daughter, and oh, she used to have the worst nightmares, and we said, there's nothing to fear in the dark, there's nothing there, but I was wrong, and she would peer into the darkness and to say that she's not afraid. But then she'd come to us later and said, Mom, it looked back at me. And eventually she said she was having the same dream, and she went to chase after it. And I don't know, that was years ago. I need another ale.
I slide the hard liquor over to her.
And I set it to the side.
Why did you order those?
Oh, I plan to give it to someone. Don't worry.
So are they like sealed bottles?
Yeah, it's by the bottle.
Okay.
For the Scream, yeah, it's sealed bottles.
Please don't open that on the train.
Oh, it's not gonna make it to the train.
Who are you giving it to?
To someone who gave me something.
Ada, or I look like I'm about to say something, and then I give this exasperated eye roll. I'm so sorry. Apparently Virgil just ordered a whole chicken for Ada, and she's elated.
Sounds like they have much better food there than we have here.
She's going to be insufferable.
The only food you've seen is some dishes on the bar with like peanuts.
Yeah.
Are you hungry, Glimmer? Do you want to go eat?
Yeah. I don't think. Well, I mean, I've served. I accomplished my goal, but the secondary piece, I think that was ruined kind of immediately, and then my daughter just wandered off, and she went to. So stubborn and independent and and then I get up and take the bottle.
Torque, tell me that everything you guys had on the table was paid for. As Glimmer is walking towards the door.
No.
Okay. Stay with her. I'll take care of this. And I'll square up her tab at the bar.
And Torque will follow Glimmer out then.
The tab's a whopping 5 copper.
Just breaking my bank.
Yep. I go outside and I leave the bottle with the dude who was passed out on the barrel.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard it, Cease. I took his bottle on the way in.
Was it the same stuff?
It was.
Okay. Now we know why he's passed out. I'll square up the tab, meet them. I'm saying I'm gonna rush to catch up with them, and head over. Does Virgil move Ada off the table at any point? Okay. So when we walk in, Ada is there, daintily eating a whole chicken in front of her. She's not like the ravenous, like tearing it apart. She's just grabbing and tearing pieces off of it and chewing it and very daintily eating this whole chicken while she's laying on the table.
Two things. Firstly, Virgil is technically a few months old, doesn't know that pets don't belong on the table. Secondly, I half expected her to just devour the whole thing whole like Nibbler in Futurama, and then just spit out the bones.
Oh no, she's a very dainty creature. In fact,
Okay.
I had to stop and read up about Sphinx. She's technically a Sphinx of Wonder,
Mhm.
and they are super intelligent, very, very posh. I was like, oh, all right, I have a posh friend. This
If she had opposable thumbs, I would have got her a knife and fork.
Oh, absolutely. You could see she's I'll just rip that piece off, and I'll rip this piece off. She's just shredding it.
I'm gonna look at it,
nail.
and I'm just gonna say, after a while, I'm just gonna say to her, one moment, hold back, and I'm gonna extend my arm blade and just start slicing and carving it like a Christmas turkey for her, so it's like in nice chunks.
Like you carve off a chunk, and she's like, "Ooh."
Yeah, just don't get near, because this is like the
Yeah.
It's almost like a plasma blade the way it's written. But yeah, like I'm just gonna start carving this like a Christmas turkey for her.
You start I'm gonna imagine like you're carving it as we're walking in, and from our angle, I can't tell what you're carving, but you might be carving Ada.
I think she would be screaming if you'd heard.
There's just this brief moment of panic from me, like, oh my gosh, that did not look right.
I stab Ada. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Steady aim, sneak attack. No.
Oh my gosh.
No. No. He just carves it off just to speed up the process.
Oh, like she was very content eating it slowly. So yeah, so she is not that kind of cat. My goodness, you guys. What is wrong with you?
Loving
not
the
a cat
picture
either.
of beans.
Yes, that honestly, that would be my cat if she got her hands on a whole rotisserie. That would absolutely be Nell.
But yeah, Endus basically has the right of it. That's what I was imagining originally, is like she just devours a whole thing, and just like her hollow jaw just unhinges in like the most eldritch horror style of ways.
She's so dainty and delicate. So like you've cut it up and you've carved it up for her, and now she's like, oh, and she just like slides the platter over to her, and just is nibbling pieces off of it as we walk over. Take it the chicken's good.
I wouldn't know.
Ada like hums. We hear like a Lots of chewing with her mouth open. Well,
I trust your evening was quiet.
in more ways than one.
So
And I slow look at Torque.
Is Glimmer still conscious?
Yes.
Okay.
And hungry.
I don't think this one will share.
No, Glimmer, what would you like? Chicken.
Wine.
beef? Chicken?
Wine?
Wine? What do you want to eat?
Oh.
I'm not gonna have them freeze wine so you can eat it.
I'm just waiting for it to order like a kebab. Like...
Glimmer is now considering freezing wine.
A wine-sickle, you say?
Wine cream? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know. This place is so fancy. I'm sure it will be wonderful.
Chicken, beef.
I
hear that
no,
pork's pretty good.
I know your Sphinx is proper, but I don't think I'm quite to the point where I'm ready to just eat a rotisserie chicken.
I'm sure we can get smaller portions or we can share. Ada's not sharing.
Bowl of chips at the table and some chicken nuggets.
I don't.
Hang on, no, wait, we've got fishermen in the area. It's just going to be some chips and fried scampi.
I was about to say, where's the fish and chips? This sounds weirdly appropriate.
Just a battered cod.
Some breads, a stew.
Okay.
And I just sit down and shut my mouth.
Okay. Bread and stew sounds great. Miss?
Yeah, serving lady will come over. Yep.
Can we get 2 bowls of stew? And let's do a loaf of bread.
We've got plenty of bread. The local stew that we've got going is a catfish goulash, if that's okay.
And I look at Glimmer. Catfish goulash? Fantastic. That's perfect. Thank you.
2 bowls, you said?
Yes, please.
I'll be right back with that. She wanders off.
Do you wish to be debriefed now or debriefed later?
Sure, we've got time.
So I tell her about everything I overheard from the traders earlier, how Quickstone is both becoming a haven for refugees, but also some of the less regular races, kobolds and such, and have moved into the area. Also that there are cultists apparently shifting around, but no details as to who specifically they are, or what they are all about preaching wise. And that there are 2 areas that the merchants suggest avoiding, which is the tent area full of the refugees, and then I can't remember what you called it,
The heap.
the heap, which they didn't go into why you shouldn't go there, but it sounds like the perfect place to go if you're looking for trouble.
Glimmer. Did your husband say anything else other than Quickstone?
I miss him. He was sexy. And
Good thing to think about your husband.
so loyal and deliberate. He was deliberate with
Did
what
he
he
deliberately
went.
say anything other than
Oh my
Quickstone?
God.
Stay on task, Glimmer, and then you can reminisce and tell me all about him. But I need to know if he said anything other than Quickstone.
Yes, of course he did. I said it already. The silent song.
Thank you.
Save our daughter. Save our Kiva.
Silent song. Okay.
Yolana, my heart. I cannot protect her anymore. She needs you. I won't forget those words.
Your name's Yolana?
Yes, Lyra.
We've always called you Glimmer. Jeez. I didn't know
Because that's
your
the
name
people of the town have always called me that.
So why didn't you tell us your name was Yolana?
I did!
No, you didn't.
The very first day we've met. In front of the Duke. That is how I introduced myself.
No. Not to me.
Perhaps you were not listening when we introduced ourselves to the Duke.
Perhaps I wasn't.
Do you know my last name?
No. You're just Glimmer.
That's disappointing.
Your last name didn't matter. It still doesn't.
True. Briarleaf.
That's pretty. Was it his last name too?
Yes. He thought I was a bit ridiculous with using nicknames. But despite him being the grounded one, and stoic, and he was in the military. That's why we ended up where we were.
I didn't know that he was in the military.
We were moved to Shadowgate around the end of the last war, when the barons, or no, it's Drome now, from the Brelish army, because the monsters in the monstrous species were no longer just tribal. They were rallying, and Breland said that they owned the territory, and then they were told not anymore, and they sent forces, and they were all killed. And so we were moved to there, and that's why I stayed, because they said when he didn't come back, it was an ambush, and he's too smart and stubborn to die to something so stupid. And anyway, names have power, Lyra.
Okay.
They mean something.
Okay.
Someone knowing your name is a privilege.
Okay.
And so, no, I don't say it a lot. But I have, and I always had hopes and desires that family would come home. That's why I stayed there, but not like this.
So, what was he protecting her from?
I don't know.
Has he been gone as long as she has?
Longer.
So he found her?
I think that's fair, or she found him, or I know my son is in Drome. He's a mercenary. Once Kiva left to find answers, that's been it. And any time that I've sent messages since I've learned how, I get nothing.
Have you tried since we left?
No, but I've tried since I've learned how to do it magically. She was like my shadow when I was little. or when she was little. Always by my side. She was so similar.
To you? Or to your husband?
To me, like a little copy. Always following, always there.
Hmm.
Always with the nightmares, always with seeing different things, hearing different things, and I couldn't help. It's why I started learning magic. When she left, I realized that I'd failed. And I could fix it. I'm going to fix it. I don't know what it's going to look like.
I think we take this one moment at a time. There's a lot ahead of us in the 3-4 days we still have till we can get to Quickstone. And from what Virgil has gathered, I think we have a lot to unpack into what we may be walking into at Quickstone. I don't think any of us left thinking we might run into cultists on this and the power that implies. So I think we need to take the time between now and our arrival to get our heads as together as we can.
Yes, I will have plenty of time to think of all of the questions and the words that I will say to those people who are harming my child, and the things that will happen to them.
Most importantly, we have to find them and find her. And figure out how are we going to find them.
I don't know, but I, with all of my heart, hope it's as violently as possible.
I don't want to use violence to locate them if necessary, but you may absolutely unleash your wrath upon them as much as you would like. I will join you in wrath unleashing. But as you've taught me over the past few weeks, calmer, clearer heads tend to prevail over situations. And I think rash decisions have bigger consequences. As you pointed out 4 days ago. when you thought I wasn't listening.
I thought I'd lost something, and I have the chance to find it. And so I'm clinging to that lifeline as hard as I can.
Hold on to the
Because I
hope.
feel like I'm drowning.
You're not alone in the waters. You're going through a lot right now. And I get that. I'm not as experienced as the others in our party when it comes to emotions. And I know in most everybody's eyes, I'm just a kid, basically. But what I have learned in combat training is that we have to maintain clear heads, because when we make a decision out of emotion, we can tend to make an irrational decision. And that makes us vulnerable, and it puts those we care about in a bad position. So while we want to charge in blade swinging, we may need to arrive and do some digging before we can charge in. And I know you've had a good bit to drink tonight. I don't know how intoxicated you actually are. But I've seen what drink can do to people. And we tend to get riled up in our emotions when we drink also.
Thoughts are more simple, but it slows me down. All the things that have been irrational or rational, speeding faster than any steed through my mind at all hours. I just want it to stop, because I know that she's out there and help is on the way, and we're so far, and I can't do anything. I can't protect her. And I can't stop thinking, and I want to stop.
What is worrying going to change?
Nothing. That's why it's irrational.
So why are we doing it?
Because that's what people do. I'm not a sociopath. I care for my children.
I think you just called me a sociopath.
Sorry.
Maybe
If you care
it's-
for others, you'll worry.
Maybe it's my training that seeps through, in that it's okay to care, but you still have to control your thoughts and your emotions.
I'm not a fighter. I read books and tend to plants, and I've learned how to speak the right words so that people or just others listen.
Okay.
There's nothing maybe there's schools for that, but that's not what I want. What we're doing now is far beyond what I ever wanted or anticipated, and that's
That's what your daughter needs right
life.
now, though.
That's life, and the thing of being grown is that you deal with the situation as it comes, and I'm I'm not prepared, and I can only think of it logically when I can, but it's hard sometimes.
I reach across and place a hand on top of Glimmer's hand. Because I imagine she's doing like the two-handed hold on her cup. So I'm gonna like just reach over and put my hand on her wrist. You're not alone. And it's okay to lean on us. You are brilliant and talented.
I know.
And even if what we're doing now is new, it's exactly what your daughter needs right now. You stepping out of that comfort zone, that space, and embarking. There are things that you've learned along the way, that we may learn along the way to Quickstone even, that your daughter will need. She'll need you to be strong and of clear mind. She will need you to make wise decisions as her mother.
I don't plan to be like this when we get there. I just needed reprieve.
Is it helping?
No. It's just less.
Maybe tomorrow we can find a garden to go sit in for a while. Little patch of peace.
Thank you. But I think I should turn in. I take the ale with me.
I'm like, that's a good idea. And I stand up, and I don't even wait for Ada to be done, as she's still attempting to finish this this whole chicken, and I pick up the whole platter, even though she's like scrambling for it, and stack it with dirty dishes. Ada, we're going to bed. And I start walking away. And Ada follows me. And I'll hand Glimmer her key, and toss a key towards Torque and Virgil, because I'm just gonna assume they're sitting near each other still. Actually, I'm not even gonna toss it. I'm gonna leave it sitting on the table. This is your guys' room key. For whatever purposes you might need a room. And then I'll follow Glimmer upstairs.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
get up and look at the key and look at Torque and say, "The room is yours. I will be outside if you need me." And I'm gonna leave the establishment and try and find a way up onto the roof.
I mean, there's no obvious way up on the roof, but there's like an overhanging porch and things like that that you can climb up the rails to get on top of and things like that.
I'll do that then.
It's not as easy as a ladder, but it's not going to slow you down that much.
I was going to say, with acrobatics, the base I can roll is a 23. With athletics, the base I can roll is a 14. But yeah, I'm just going to find a nice flat spot on the roof to sentinel down and just overwatch comings and goings that night.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone else wanted to do before the night is over? Then we'll wake up on a relatively decent day.
Was this able to get a long rest or no?
This will get you a long rest.
Okay.
When you wake up in the morning, there'll just be like a light dusting of snow kind of coming down. It's not really staying on the ground.
Quick question for everybody. I was discussing with Syl earlier. Does anybody want the gauntlets of ogre power?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna pick those up then and drop my amulet of I can't be tracked.
The next day is the day that you have to kill until the day after this, which is when the train comes. Was there anything anyone wanted to do with that day?
I did not have anything specific in mind, no. Though I might send a message to eldest daughter, the one that people, we'd already seen and established before, just saying, found your sister, Quickstone. Going to bring her home. And there does need to be a reply. That's okay.
Yeah, most of what you get is going to be like asking questions you can't answer, like, is she okay?
Mm-hmm.
And like asking, like, are you sure you're the right person to be doing this? Aren't there other people who are better suited?
Yep. Sounds about right. That was the only thing that really stuck out for me, though.
If nobody else has anything they want to do, then we can just pass through that day and wake up on the next morning.
Nothing happens overnight that I'm observing.
The wasted day.
Mhm.
I was gonna go out and look for information.
Okay. What kind of information are you looking for? And where?
I would probably start in the trade sector, for lack of a better term. Looking for anybody that has come in from Quickstone, in the trade area, that would have information regarding the status of Quickstone in the surrounding area. So not just the town itself, but a little bit around, like the suburbs of it, basically, to know what we might be getting into once we step off the train there.
Give me an investigation check with charisma.
Okay. Well, I'm not proficient, so we'll just add 2 to this guy. So that's a 16.
You don't find a lot that seems useful. Like, it's a growing frontier town. It seems to be doing fairly well. There's the usual frontier town kind of problems. There's shootings every now and then. There's violence because of different factions, but it's kind of just a regular rough and tumble kind of frontier town kind of place.
Do we know how long, or how new Quickstone is?
It's been a going factor for a while. It's really taken off recently, though, and become a bit more of a serious thing. Serious enough that they wanted to bring it in as one of the main stations for the lightning rail. They're trying to push that out to Greywall and potentially further into Drome, but the tracks have not finished making their whole way there. So right now, Quickstone is the end of the track line. Or at least of service.
And do we know what has caused Quickstone to rise suddenly?
It's a frontier town, so it's a great place for trade as a crossroads. It's technically on the Brelish side of the border, so people are more comfortable going there than going into Drome to Greywall, say.
Okay.
And also, it's known for for the Quickstone,
Okay.
which is a particular kind of material that's only really produced in the Greywall Mountains, and Quickstone happens to sit on top of a relatively large outcropping of it. I can probably hear people talking about that. Basically, Quickstone has 3 forms it comes in. It's either soft Quickstone, wet Quickstone, or fixed Quickstone. But the only natural forms are soft and wet. Soft is basically like a really light sandstone. It's unusually light in your hand, and you can crumble it with your hands pretty easily, but it's very much like a sandstone. Wet is more like a clay, and fixed you can only get to with use of certain magical spells on it. Once you do that, it changes from the other states into a solid state that's harder than granite. So for construction materials, it's really good because it's very easy to work with, and once you've got the magical knack to fix it, it solidifies so well that you can carve it a lot more easily and shape it into exactly the right shape, and then it holds up better than most other natural stone.
That's an old reference for anybody who remembers it.
Is that canon? Like, is that something in the Quickstone book?
Yep.
Oh, that's really interesting.
To anybody who'd forgotten that movie existed, I apologize. Sorry, are you still going, Cease?
No, it's alright. Once I've gathered that information, I would head back to the inn.
I would like to do my own bit of sleuthing today. Is there... I mean, obviously it's a population of 1,000 people, so I'm going to assume, but is there anything like a temple of some sorts here?
There'd be a small church that would be a shrine to the sovereign host.
Okay. I would like to go in and see if I can make some inquiries as to a couple of things.
What things?
With the express indication that I'm not looking to join them, I'm hoping that they would have the knowledge of all things religious and would know of any cults operating in the area, and if they've heard of what is this group that's in Quickstone and their danger and potential risk factors.
I'm not
Again,
going to
with the express clarity that I'm not looking to join a cult.
I'm not going to make you do a check because they'll very quickly tell you that most of the cults out there are very dangerous organizations that are messing with powers that they should not be touching.
Mm-hmm.
They could be dealing with demons or things from beyond space and time, or things in the in Kyber that should be best left untouched.
Are there any known or named groups like actual
The cults of
cult
the Dragon
groups?
Below in general.
Cults
But
of the what? Sorry.
The cults of the Dragon Below, Kyber cults.
Okay.
But those are unrelated. This is a general class of cult.
Okay. So there's nothing like specific to what's happening in Quickstone. There's no.
Okay, that'll get you them raising questions like, "What's happening in Quickstone?"
No, just that I'd heard that there was cult activity in Quickstone, and just wondering if they knew anything more specific.
There's probably quick cult activity almost everywhere if you know where to look.
Okay. Just I'm not going to tell them this. I'm just conscious of any cults acting within an area near Shadowlock and what we know's there. But I'm not obviously going to share this information with them. But I'm just trying to see if there's anything that picks up that might be connected to the people that maybe either have the last of the jade pieces or have been looking to break in, etc. Or were responsible for the swarm of undead that we first got.
They wouldn't know anything about that. This is just too far away. It's not anything that they would have connections.
In that case, I'm going to leave them a couple of gold coins in the collection plate as a thank you. Charitable donation. That's all my investigation is today, was just to see if anybody knows anything about crazy religious people. It would be crazy religious people.
Okay, then if there's nothing else, we can move on to the next day. And it's time to ride the lightning rail.
Choo choo.
Yay.
I don't know if anyone's looked into what the lightning rail actually is. Like, it's presented as an analog of a locomotive and train system, but it doesn't work on rails.
Mm-hmm.
The actual track is a series of pyramids that are set into the earth on basically implanted in stone all along the route, and the train itself hovers over top of that, levitating.
It's like a maglev train.
Essentially, yeah.
That's so freaking cool.
Yeah,
Like, the images I've seen of it give it like it looks like a cross between Snowpiercer and a maglev. Yeah, like that's the image.
It's distinctly Magipunk. Like
Yeah.
the locomotive, like it shows on there, it will have big arcing electric arcs all over it from the power that's powering it. And there's obviously electrical powers going up from the pyramids as well.
Levitating trains, because they didn't go so terribly when they tried to build them over here.
And when we all come down to gather to go to the train, Torque looks a little bit different.
Did you roll for beard?
Oh!
How does it even attach to you?
It looks like a big dwarven beard, but it's actually made of steel wool.
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly his reaction.
Sorry.
Did you go somewhere?
Where would I have gone?
I don't... What is on your face?
What are you talking about?
I go digging in my satchel and I find the fold-a-mirror that every old woman has. And I hold it up to him.
I totally want to just walk over and yank on it.
Holy shit, what the hell is that?
That's what we want to know.
It's your face.
I don't know. I put on that belt that we found. Put that on last night, and, now this.
Wait, which belt? Hold on, let me look at my notes.
I was gonna say, the belt that the player can't remember exactly where we found it.
It was in the chest in front of the demonic dragon thing.
Yes, that.
Oh. Dwarven magic. I see. Oh. This makes more sense, but very interesting how that works for... I didn't know that Warforged are susceptible, I suppose. That's very interesting indeed.
Magic can be funky, I guess, but I gotta figure out what the hell I'm doing with this.
That's the belt of dwarven kind, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 50% chance you grow a beard.
No, I just wanted to make sure I wrote it correctly. Well, I've never been on the train, so this should be exciting. Or the rail.
I mean, at least we have good rooms.
Oh, do we?
Yeah,
Wait, I don't have a ticket.
yeah, Lyra took yours.
I have it.
Oh, okay.
And I'll, like, get it out of my, like, my little hip pouch and hand it to her.
Okay. Shall we? And
I'll
head
motion
towards
for Glimmer to
the...
go first.
It's not going to wait for us.
Yeah, go to whatever you call this, the station. You're muted.
When you guys get there, there's already a line of people that are lining up between a couple of bollards with ropes passed between them, just waiting to board the train when it finally comes. You can see it's already pulled in, but they're obviously unloading a whole bunch of stuff at first before they let more people on and board more luggage and everything for that. So people are just lined up waiting and obviously doing the whole impatient waiting passenger thing that they always do. It's not a huge line, but it's like 30 people so far.
is there anywhere that they would want us to bring the horses and the cart directly, or do they hang out with
Not
us?
obvious. This is actually outside. So you see another couple people with horses that are in tow.
Okay.
So are you all getting in line?
Yes.
Suppose.
After a few minutes of waiting and a few more people getting in line behind you, one guy wearing what looks like a uniform that you've never seen before starts walking down the aisle. And you can hear him as he gets closer, just asking, ticket. He's going down and he's just checking things off and checking off on a list on a clipboard. And when he gets to you guys, he I don't know who's first in line, but he'll just ask them, ticket, like he has everybody else before.
I guess that would be me, since Lyra said she pushed me forward, so...
When you show him the ticket, he's like, oh, you should not be in line. He reaches down, he pulls up the rope from one of the pollards and gestures for you out of the thing. Out of the line.
I was wondering this, thank you. And I proceed.
Top shelf service for first class passengers. Just right this way, ma'am. Any else of you with her? Can I see tickets? And as you show the first class tickets, he gestures you all through and then snaps the bollard down again.
Well, I'm guessing he doesn't say anything about the 2 horses and the cart that I'm like pulling along.
No,
with us.
he's gesturing all of that through.
Okay, good. Okay.
And then he snaps a couple of fingers, people come running, and they're like, gather up your luggage that you want to have stored away. One person comes by, takes the horse and the carriage, all that gets bustled off. You're given like a receipt for the horse and all that for recovery. And then they gesture you towards one of the carriages nearer to the back of the whole complex, which actually no, it's nearer to the front, and it seems really nice when you walk up to it. Really nicely appointed, and they're off to have like pages that are carrying your luggage for you and things like that as they gesture you and show you to your rooms. In your cart, there's also, not only are there the rooms that you have all rented, as well as a couple more, there's also the front half of the entire car is just a lounging area with some tables and bench seating and things like that. That's just obviously for relaxation and for dining and all that, so you don't have to do it in your room. And that's nice big windows, bigger than what you saw on most of the train.
A+ Torque. Good job.
This is...
Thank you.
Wonderful. I hope it wasn't too much out of our pocketbook.
No.
Excellent. This would be a wonderful way to see much of Corvair. And I will absolutely just settle in comfortably.
Yeah, I would actually go to my room and just like shut the door and just nothing for the rest of the day. Lyra is pretending to be eventide and just not functioning for the rest of the day.
Yeah, about like 20 minutes after you guys board, you'll hear a steam whistle go off near to the front of the train, which isn't too far away, and you'll hear the whole car that you're in start to hum, and it sort of seems to lift itself up slightly, and then you feel yourself start to move forward, and very quickly start to pick up speed.
I'm assuming it's a pretty smooth ride, since like it's just floating, right? Like
it's very smooth. Like you hear a little bit of clanking and things like that when there's turns in the rail, but most of them are like really, really slow, broad turns. So it's only a little bit of clanking, but it just sounds like it's the clanking of the actual like connections between the cars. There's no contact with the ground or anything to make noise. So all you really mostly hear is the hum of whatever's supporting the whole system and the rushing of the wind past the cart.
Cool.
And for the trip to Ardev, could I get everyone to give me a D12 check?
Yes.
Fantastic. What could go wrong?
Please, I want robbers right now.
I want to be the robber.
Balls.
Hang on, I've not rolled yet. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
All those ones I rolled earlier have finally paid off. Let's go.
As you're whipping along and enjoying the view of the countryside, you do hear a loud bang somewhere in the nearby area, but you don't really see anything automatically. And you just hear over what seems to be some kind of a magical intercom, a voice comes over and just says, "Please keep yourselves seated. The rail is experiencing slight difficulties with raiders. Our people will handle this. Everything is under control."
Are
What
there
day is
windows we
this?
can look out of?
This would be the 6th day.
Are there windows we
Since you
can
left.
look out of?
There's massive windows. There's windows in each of the rooms that you have if you want to look out those, but they're relatively small, and like you can open them up a little bit if you wanted some fresh air and things like that. In the observation card, they're like from like the top of the bench seating all the way to the ceiling, and it covers the full length with just a couple of thin struts separating out a couple of different panes. So it's a much better view from there. If you look out the window, you'll see a bunch of people on horses, and they're blasting away at the train with wands. And you can see, if you're sitting out in the observation deck at least, there's one crew member at least who climbs up on top of the cart you're on and starts returning fire with their own wand. And you can hear shots from other places as well. Like you're starting to go around a turn, and you can see back along the rest of the train, and you can see there's on most of the cars there's a couple of people returning fire and trying to hide behind bits of the car from the fire that's being tossed at them from the raiders.
Is it possible to open the window to any degree?
In your
Can I-
rooms, it is. The observation room, no.
Okay, from my room, I'd like to open up the window and shoot out with a crossbow.
Okay. I'm going to make you roll with disadvantage, not just because it's a fairly long shot to any of the guys out on the ground, but also because you're shooting into this massive wind of the rail as you're speeding along.
Okay.
And it's an added difficulty to deal with.
I will steady aim to negate that.
Okay.
And just shoot straight.
And he's about like 120 feet away. The nearest
That's a
one.
22 to hit.
That hits.
For 9 points of piercing damage.
You just see him get knocked right out of the saddle, and his horse keeps running without him. And he disappears into a cloud of dust on the ground as you assume he's tumbling around.
Okay. Satisfied, I just put the window back up and go back to my seat.
Lyra comes just now was coming out of her room in like fine clothes, not even in armor. Still a sword in her hand. Is there any cause for concern?
No. In fact, I think this is the perfect opportunity to show off what you've taught me, Lyra.
Oh no.
Fireball.
What is that?
Yeah, quite literally fireball.
Okay.
And I'm gonna open the window and I'm gonna shoot a big ass fireball because it's 150.
What's the range on Fireball again?
150 feet.
Okay, because the closest guy was 120 feet and barely maintaining his distance. 150 feet is going to be enough to get some of the people behind him. So sure.
So yeah, it'd be a Dex DC 19.
Oh, if we're carrying on, I'm going to pull the window back down and just keep tapping, just keep shooting.
You won't need to.
Oh, Jesus. I wonder if this pays
Jesus
for our...
Christ.
I wonder if this pays for our return trip.
2 of them rolled ones.
Oh, God.
So yeah, 5 guys just get incinerated. There's like 2 more guys left. You hear very distantly screaming and panic as those 2 guys veer off from the train, and the one slingers on the top keep firing a few additional rounds at them as they flee back off into the meadowlands beyond there until they're out of range.
I like to
And
think
you
the
hear over the
gunners on
intercom,
top are like,
the
"Is that
afternoon
us?"
entertainment is concluded for the afternoon. Thank you for your patience, and enjoy the rest of your trip.
I like to think the guys with the ones on top are like, just see like a random bolt shoot out followed by a fireball and go, "Was that us?"
So like, Glimmer cast that, and I'm like, fireball. That makes more sense.
What did you think? You gave the scroll to me to learn. What did you think it was?
I didn't fully understand it. I thought it said fire bomb. I was concerned. That's way cooler.
I think that the effect is close enough that we could call this a synonym.
Yes. That was fantastic. Oh. I cannot wait to use that scroll now. And I like rush back to my room.
I wonder if we can. I wonder if we can get a discount now.
I think we may have just had our return trip paid for.
Not in this class.
No, not in this class. Just inconvenient. We paid all this money, and we get this. Just... What were they expecting to get here? What is on this train? What is on this rail?
People willing to pay 60 gold to travel just 120 miles?
Yeah.
Either way, the train itself doesn't seem to travel that much faster than normal travel would be, but the train doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So it goes throughout the night, and in the morning you guys are pulling into Ardev, which is another little just restway stop along the road for travelers and merchants. And you'll hear over the intercom again that, like, welcome to Ardev. We'll be pausing here for an hour to unload and reload. You can feel free to step off and stretch your legs, but be back on by 9 a.m.
And how does this work for a short rest? Short rest, and I can get combined level no larger than 5th level. Okay.
And the lightning rail will qualify for long rests, if I didn't mention that earlier.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Especially given what you're paying. If you had gone to a lower class, it would not have. Because even the middle class is like, here's a chair. You can sleep in the chair.
Uh-huh.
It's a padded chair. It reclines slightly. It's more like sleeping on an airplane or something like that.
The person in front of you reclines and hurts your leg room. How large of a place is Ardev?
It's not as big as Galaspire.
Okay.
It's a smallish town. Like I said, it's mostly just a rest stop along the road, so it's not really a huge business center either. Does anyone have anything they wanted to do to step out of the train to do in Ardev?
I did not have any business, no.
Then we can move on to traveling to Quickstone. I'm not going to make a roll again because we had our encounter. So at this point, we will pull into Quickstone. Now we'll pop up a new map. And this is a big and complicated map because this is a very well fleshed out town.
Oh,
We don't have to deal with most of this unless you want to. This arc is not intended to fully explore Quickstone. It's just that Quickstone exists and it was in the perfect location, so I'm going to use it. But if you want to poke into something, you can absolutely tell me that you want to poke into it and we can do something. The main features, like I said, there's the Quickstone quarries, which are, for some reason, this map is flipped. The top of the map is south, and the bottom of the map is north. I don't know why. But the main features, there's a massive ruined wall off to the west end that predates anything that's known of known creation. It dates back to some kind of ancient goblinoid fortress from the Dakani Empire. And the heap, which is right next to it, is the remaining ruins of that keep, and it's considered cursed, and it's basically just filled with rubble and potentially hidden chambers underneath it that people don't go into because it's terrible. There's light rail through town. There's a whole bunch of tents and everything over in this area, which is where the refugees are all stacked up, and other than that, it's a busy little tiny town. All the buildings here seem to be made out of the Quickstone that I mentioned earlier, all fired up into solid buildings. It's all got like a reddish kind of a hue to it. So it looks kind of like a Pueblo type dwelling with it's all like adobe, but unlike adobe, it's harder than granite. And a lot of it has like weird little bas-relief carvings in it that looks like it was pressed into it like it was clay before it was hardened. So there's little interesting design motifs everywhere, but nothing terribly complicated or advanced.
interesting. What is this? 16. Oh, interesting.
A lot of interesting little shops. Whatever 17 is the Golden Dragon Inn. It's right next to the
Yeah,
train station, which is the main inn.
good place to gather information.
There's a bunch of different options for information. Like there's the church, which is a small sovereign host place. I've read through most of this. Some of the mercantile places do a lot of business. There's an office for the Sharn Inquisitive, which is a major newspaper out of Sharn. This is a pocket office here for some local reporters.
Which is attached to the Sending Stone. Okay. Cool.
Where's the duchy area we were supposed to not go to?
Over here is
the haunt. Yeah, the heap.
The haunt. Sorry, it's the haunt, not the heap.
Yeah, I was looking for it. Mm-hmm. And then
there's also the tents, which is basically a refugee camp.
Mm-hmm.
Just people who still left out from Seer and haven't been able to find a location to rest.
And then there's also abandoned mines up at the back. Right next to a schoolhouse. Brilliant.
No children go missing there.
There's the Quickstone quarries that are to the south, up close to the mountains, and there's also, like I said, abandoned mines that used to mine Viesk metal, which is a relatively interesting metal. And they apparently went dry, but there are people here who are trying to see if there's anything left in those mines, because they're incredibly dangerous. They're filled with things like cockatrices and things like that.
Dawn's Rest and the Stone Soup, are they also inns or taverns, or?
I would have to look it up.
Numbers 4 and 10.
Feels good to see just pulling out a physical book.
I mean, if this place has some little side story stuff when we're not more pressed for time, this looks like somewhere cool to hang out.
There's a lot here.
It literally has a campaign for this.
This is a campaign book for Quickstone.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it is not a small book. It is not the
Yeah.
target of this campaign, but like if you want to poke around some stuff that looks cool, we can absolutely do that.
I'm just curious if the cultists have any connection to the stuff we've been dealing with, and if they don't, never mind. It can be somebody else's problem.
I can't read this.
This place is amazing.
Keith Baker, man.
This is giving serious Red Dead Redemption 2 vibes.
It's meant to. It's a frontier town.
Yeah.
It's Old West Coast.
There are quite literally rules in this book to do a what is it in Wild West, the like pistols at noon, like a duel.
Yeah, it's wands at noon.
Nice.
Wands at noon, yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
so
I'm
the Stone
assuming,
Soup is a tavern.
yeah,
It's the oldest one.
the Stone Soup,
And
Dawn's
Dawn's
Rest,
Rest is also another one.
and I'm guessing
So-
the Crown is one.
I know the Golden Dragon is an inn. That's run by the halfling. It's one of the big houses.
Well, in
Yeah.
fairness, it also says it's called the Gold Dragon Inn, which is kind of a clue, but I'm assuming the Crown is as well. Just looking at the fact that it's got the name and the logo on the side, like a British pub style thing does.
It does not show up as a tavern here.
Curious. It looks like a drinking establishment of some sort.
There it is. Oh, that is an inn.
Yeah.
This
There's
also
plenty
says
of
the oldest inn in
places.
Quickstone.
So
Pardon?
there are like what, 4 or 5 inns?
Wait, which is the oldest then, the Crown or the Stone Soup?
Stone Soup is what he
Okay.
said.
That's what I said. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's the difference. The Crown is the oldest inn in Quickstone. The Stone Soup is the oldest tavern in Quickstone.
Gotcha. Right. You can see where the town started around the mine and then built outwards.
Yeah, it was definitely a mining town by origin.
Because I'm curious what the haunt used to be, because I'm guessing that's the previous civilization there.
That's the
Yeah.
ruins of the old Dakani Keep.
Yeah.
From
So
like,
it's like-
40,000 years ago.
Mhm.
Dakani-
One
is
problem
the
I have with
same-
Eberron is the fucking timeline.
No, even Keith Baker is on record saying he wished he had reduced. If he could do it again, he wished he would have condensed the timeline.
Yeah, by like a factor of 10. Like 4,000 years
Mhm.
ago is hugely ancient. You don't need any more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dakani are the same group that created the Eternal Machine under the mountain for us.
Well, this is a gorgeous looking map. Sorry, I'm just taken aback by this.
We are going to basically stop here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've just realised that. I've just realised the time actually. For once, I'm
Mhm.
not feeling tired, which is a first for a long time.
I don't have a great cliffhanger, but I have here. Look at the big map and town we get to.
No,
deal
it's
with.
super cool. It's a great setup for next time.
Yeah. Oh.
As I'm trying to discover what is the silent song.
I don't know.
Um.
Sounds like we're gonna have to go to the haunt or the refugee tent city to find out. I'm sure.
Or we could end up somewhere in the old abandoned mines and quarries.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
The good meta knowledge is the Gold Dragon Inn. Like it's one of the 12 houses known for hospitality, and their lesser known thing is information gathering and secrets.
Excellent. I take it the
So-
livery's where we can leave the horse and cart for a few days.
Or the inn.
Yeah.
The inn would have stables for that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. No, great game tonight, guys. Really enjoyed
Yeah.
that.
I feel like we got a lot done. Even though technically all we did was move from one town to another, I feel like we got an awful lot done.
Mhm.
2-second heads up, I will not be here next week.
And I know
Okay.
neither will Arlie.
Nope.
So those are two
So
like
let's-
pre-planned ones.
Yeah, we'll play it a little bit by ear next week with 2 already guaranteed out.
Mm.
'Cause if we have anybody else step out, we may just call it
Yeah.
off. But we'll see how
Yeah.
that goes.
No,
Sounds
I'm
good.
now until I think late April. I now have no commitments, so I'm finally free for this stuff.
I will, I know it's a while out, but one of the last weeks of, what is it? May, I will not be around.
Oh, hang on, I've got one I forgot about. Just give me a second.
May 16th, I will be gone.
I need to find a thing. There is something we're coming up soon. I think I'm having a whole Saturday where we're doing a sponsored rehearsal. It's basically a full day's worth of tech to raise money, but I won't be getting home till late and I'll be shattered, so there's no way I'll still be able to be awake afterwards. Just need to find the date. I'll put it in the group chat. It's not for a while.
Yeah, I was just mentioning it offhand. I know it's still 3 months away, but... Okay, cool. I'm gonna hop off, get some sleep, so good job tonight, everyone. Good game.
You give me one.
Enders, quick question.
Yep.
I was reading back on everything and you were on about people's like plot stories going forward and such, and you said you had some people figured out. Do you need me to feed you anything, or have you got an idea of where you want to go with it?
I have a rough idea, but if you've got anything else you wanted to throw in on that account, by all means, give me a direct
Okay.
message.
Yes, sure, will do. All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for a great game.
Take care.
All right. And that's going to be it for us tonight. We got some good RP. We got some travel done. And now we will we'll see what's going on in this wonderful new town. For me, keep in mind Tuesday neither of my teams are raiding. I may do something like if the wife and I are playing Satisfactory, maybe I'll stream it. I don't know. But Tuesday might end up being a day off. Thursday, 6 p.m. is going to be the midnight early access launch. So we will see. Hopefully the servers are good. And I can stream some leveling, I guess. We will see. And then I'm also... I managed to take Friday off. And I have the weekend to myself because the wife is abandoning me for the weekend. So I might do some extra streams. Hopefully we have D&D next weekend, but with 2 planned out, it's possible that we end up with a third who is out also, and then we don't play. I'll probably, since midnight will still be new, I'll probably sub in some of that for a stream if need be, but so maybe I'll see you Tuesday. If not, I'll definitely see you Thursday, and until then, as always, thanks for coming, thanks for hanging out, and have a great night.